Mitchell, Raymond James and Associates Investments, Highway 60 and 9th Street in Mitchell. Springs Valley Meadows, formerly Medco, Highway 145 French Lick. 33 Brick Street, good food and legendary atmosphere in downtown French Lick. And by Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company with offices in French Lick, Jasper, and Paoli. And now Springs Valley High School football. Let's take you to the field, to the voice of the Blackhawks. Q100's Mike Hamilton, color by Kevin Mills.
From the Hawks Nest on the SV campus in French Lick, Indiana, this is Springs Valley High School football, where tonight the Blackhawks conclude a 4-game homestand as they continue in search of their first victory of the year as they welcome in the Tell City Marksmen. Hello again, everyone. Mike Hamilton being joined by former Springs Valley head coach Kevin Mills as the Hawks probably suffered their biggest heartbreak of the year thus far, falling to West Washington last week, 26-22. Down 18 points in the fourth quarter, the Hawks mounted a furious comeback, but simply ran out of time as West Washington won their 12th straight in the series. Now they'll face a Tell City team. This, by the way, is the third different opponent in Week 5 of the season. Up until 2016, the Lytton Miners have been the opposition. Last year, the Hawks traveled to Seymour to take on Trinity Lutheran, but with this Tell City team, this will begin an extended series at least for the next 4 years. Well, certainly, Kevin, this first win taking a while, I guess, and for the actually third consecutive year, the Hawks have lost their fourth consecutive to start the season, and nothing would kind of soothe things over than to pick up their first win of the year.
Yeah, Mike, and we mentioned that at the beginning of the season. Going into the season, I think, Coach Hammond was probably looking, if he's 2-2 at this point, I think, it's probably been pretty well satisfied. I just think, West Washington's just playing a little better than what we probably going into the season, and we had a good shot, a good comeback last week to get a victory there. Just came up short. I think overall they're playing better against Paoli and West Washington last 2 games. They've made some improvements, and tonight a beautiful night and a real fast field. They've had to deal with some rain, and the offense has been getting better even in the rain. So I look for us to really be able to open things up tonight and put some points on the board. And last year they were able to run the table after the first 4, and I'm sure the Hawks are looking forward to taking one game at a time. But they know what's in front of them. The schedule, becomes I don't say softer, just not quite as strong as what the first 4 games were.
Well, if these teams were to look in a mirror, they would find probably themselves in it. They both like to run the football. They don't pass very much, and when you get a game like this, I think the teams tend to play to their strengths.
Yeah, I was looking down there, I was looking at your lineup here, and they're starting a freshman quarterback, it looks like, and so like you said, there's probably not going to be a lot of throwing, and we'll just have to see. We got to do a little better job, Mike, of not a little better, quite a bit of not giving up the big play, and that's probably what has kept us probably from being either 2-2 right now, is giving up the 30, 40-yard run where early in the game especially, and we just got to come out tonight and, let our defense really be aggressive and make some plays early.
And hey, what's this? You look up to the sky, a few wispy clouds. What happened to all those storm clouds we've had the last 4 weeks?
I tell you, it's something. I think on our first 4 Friday nights there, it was nice all the way up till about Friday, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Then the storms would come in. But tonight's the big thing tonight is going to be just a great night for the fans. Be a little warm on the players the first half probably. After that, I think get the sun off of them. I think they'll feel pretty good.
Well, indeed, it is homecoming here in the Valley. A good crowd already on hand, anticipating things. We've had our Princess and Queen crowning. We'll be announcing those as we always do, but again, a good atmosphere here tonight.
Oh, Mike, just a great atmosphere. And I tell you what, just, West Baden and French Lick, a lot of people in town and a lot of action going on, and, it'll be a good night to get things started this Friday with a big win and get the first win, and then, the Hawks can get rolling.
All right. quick thing about Tell City, they come in with a record of 1-3, but don't be deceived as they have lost 2 contests. One, they opened the season with a 6-0 overtime loss to Perry Central, and then last week, in what Coach Aaron Clemens, who's in his first year, felt like their worst performance of the year, fell to Pike Central by a score of 7-6. Now, Coach Clemens knows a little bit about Springs Valley. He was an assistant at North Central last year when they came in and knocked off Valley on that last-second field goal in the opening round of sectional play.
Yeah, he'll have a good idea. I'm sure, he was either maybe the offensive or defensive coordinator there, and he'll have an idea of what Valley likes to run. And, but probably not much of an advantage there. I look more than likely they've watched quite a bit of film. I'd say both teams probably got all 4 games that they played this year. And, it's a matter of Valley, really, I think, being able to take advantage of some of their younger players they've got playing. Last week against West Washington, they played some younger kids, and their younger kids were real good, and we weren't able to take advantage of it. We'll just have to see how the game goes tonight. And like I said, I like the way the last 2 games we've coming along, and we've had some of our guys step up and make big plays. And our offensive line really overall hadn't played. I thought they played pretty decent the first 4 games, and they've held their own. We just got our defensively. We just had some let-ups there. We're probably, Mike, I think overall going into the season, I think Coach was expecting that to be the strong part of our game, and we'd like to really turn that around the second half of the season.
Homecoming tonight here at Springs Valley High School, and the Blackhawks would like nothing better than to delight their crowd by picking up their first victory of the season. Springs Valley and Tell City, the first ever meeting on the gridiron between these 2 schools, kickoff a little over 15 minutes from now. When we come back, we'll be joined by each of the coaches, Mark Hammond for Springs Valley, Aaron Clemens for Tell City. They'll join us after these words. This is Springs Valley High School football.
Score big with the region's best internet deal for the best speed. Here's some great news. When you switch to Smithville for our nationally recognised internet service, you automatically get our best speed available. We don't sell speed tiers or data caps. So if you're tired of reading the fine print on internet speed, get Smithville's rock-solid internet platform. Go online today at switchtosmithville.com and get Smithville's best speed. That's switchtosmithville.com.
This is the Springs Valley Football Report with head coach Mark Hammond as the Blackhawks play host to Tell City during homecoming festivities. Coach last week against West Washington, close. Oh, so close. But at times, I guess, yet so far. A great comeback attempt after you got down 18 going into the 4th quarter. And just maybe if you'd had a couple more minutes on the clock, who knows, might have been able to pull it out.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, Mike. We felt, like I said, that was a game that we, those couple minutes we needed at the end, we had during the game and made our own mistakes there, but we definitely got a spark there in the 4th quarter and made it a ball game. And like I said, a few more seconds here or there could have got us the ball, and I'd love to see what we could do there at the end. Had West Washington maybe on their heels a little bit more there and found something. But again, that's what we just talked to the kids about a lot is, you never know what these opportunities that we're missing on, comes up in a ball game, and just like that one right there, a turnover here, a penalty or 2 here costs us from scoring, and that's the difference in a ball game.
And it seems like that's kind of been a pattern that's been developing in virtually every game. Well, in all 4 games, you've had long stretches where you've been very competitive with the opponent, but it just seems like there's one play or one particular thing the other team maybe does, convert something, and all of a sudden things don't work out your way. Yeah,
and let's also go back. I mean, we can't go back through those 4 games, but we played 4 very quality football teams, and I think we are, what that shows is we're right there with those quality football teams. And, not that they're older, younger, not the excuses and stuff, but I think it's, taken us a little bit to find our stride this year offensively. And, we're starting to hit that now. So if we can take away those mishaps and go on. I think there's a lot of good football in this team to come, and exciting football for that.
What continues to impress me, Coach, the fact is the versatility that you have at the running back spot. Certainly Jackson Land will always continue to probably be the go-to guy, but as an example, last week you had 4 different players rush the ball at least 8 times, and I'm not even factoring in Colton Dickey, a guy that you probably never have a problem giving him the ball when the opportunity presents itself, so hopefully that's going to continue to be to your advantage.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. But looking last year and looking at an offense and stuff, we like this versatility of that. We can feature a back if we really need to, but when we got several backs like we do right now, we can get them the ball from different spots and definitely make it hopefully a little tougher on the defense to find who has the ball. And I think that also speaks really well of our offensive line. I think they've been playing really well, and I say that they can tell you we pointed out several mistakes as well, but I think they are opening up some holes for these guys, and that means we don't care who gets the ball and win, and we tell them that if somebody's got a hot hand, as they say, we're going to ride them a little bit longer, but be ready. And I think that's prime instance of the Paley game when we were pounding Jackson on the left side and come back with Colby on the right side for a wide open touchdown in that game. And same thing last week. I think Curtis started running the ball pretty well there for a little bit, so we got him several touches in a row. So again, that's just something we look at in this offense and we're going to do. And hopefully we get a dry night, and I think we can show that Cole Cooper's come along as far as a quarterback as well and can throw, and we saw that at the end of the West Washington game, had a couple nice completions there to get us a couple scores. So I think again the best is yet to come for this offense and this team.
Well, indeed, while the offense continues to improve week by week, it's evidenced by the fact that your point totals have increased each week. Where's the defense and special teams right now?
Yeah, I think the defense, has been, really pretty consistent this year. I think it's been put in a couple bad spots by our defense, or by our offense, excuse me. And sometimes when you look at, yards or scores or whatever, don't always tell the whole tale. And, I think our defense is kind of there, but we still got to tweak a lot of things on that defense. We're just not completely happy. We've let teams get outside us a little more than we'd like, and not in positioning. So we worked a lot of that on this week, making sure we spill the back into our help. Where's the help coming from? So if you're one-on-one with a guy, where's all the help coming from and the pursuit? So hopefully that'll start showing up tonight and in the future of helping our defense. And special teams are really can't complain about our special teams. I think it's been pretty solid. I know, our punt team has done a nice job for the most part. No problems there. Cole's did a nice job getting the punts off and getting some good distance out of them. I think our kickoff return is improving. That's probably the one I would like to see us get a little better at. And as that goes, our kickoff team, you could always do a little better, I think, on all those. But I think we're solid there, and hopefully, that's a big stage of it that the kids, we try to take a lot of pride in and work on that a lot during the summer, so everybody knows what our special teams look like, and we don't maybe have to rep it as much during the season. So I think they took to that this summer and understood that, and like I said, hopefully we can keep seeing improvements on those.
Looks like now with Week 5, Tell City is going to be a regular opponent. Good to get Linton off the schedule. Probably wouldn't mind playing Trinity again with what you did to them, but a little bit of an unknown opponent, unlike your other 8 opponents that you play virtually every year.
Yeah, Tell City coming in, it came across there a couple of years ago. The contract was running out with Linton, and with them, going up to 2A and bouncing around and this and that. We thought it'd be a good time to search, and Tell City, that's pretty easy drive now, and they've been I know they're 2A, but they've been a smaller kind of 2A, kind of more competitive. Play Perry Central, a lot of teams that we play and see throughout the year anyway. So it was one that we thought would be a good matchup for us, and see what we can do at least for a few years and go from there. But it's exciting to play someone just like last year. It was pretty exciting for the kids to go see Trinity Lutheran and get to see a different field and a different town and things like that. And just like with Tell City coming to town, we haven't seen them. We play them in basketball now, so there's some common faces there, or common names, I guess, that we've seen on the basketball court, but not on the football field. So should be a fun night. I know the kids are kind of excited to play somebody new and fresh, and hopefully it'll be develop into a good rivalry.
What does this team bring to the table?
Yeah, I'd say they got a first-year coach, so I think they've had some growing pains as up and down as their season has. They've been really close in a lot of ball games. They got tough. I think that speaks. Their defense is, I think, pretty solid. They get to the ball. They run a 4-4 pretty much look. And got a little size, a little quickness, so I think that they've been able to hold some teams down, and except Heritage Hills, but you look at the other three teams, and they've been able defensively to keep their offense in the game, and offensively, again, they run the ball extremely hard. They're going to get multiple looks as well. They're going to have 3 or 4 backs coming at you at all times. So I think it's a good matchup for us, and again to see where we're at now. Every game. The next game is the big game, and that's where we're at tonight.
Well, this is where you started and ran the table last year, and 2 years ago, with the exception of Linton, did that as well. So I'm sure while you can't go back and change the outcome of these previous 4, all you can do is move ahead and look to finish strong.
Yeah, and that's what we do. We know our first 4 games have developed. Even the Eastern Green has developed into a pretty good rival. I mean, we know each other now. We're in the same sectional and stuff. And then of course, you go the gauntlet of Mitchell Paley and West Washington of kids you see from 7th grade on, or 5th and 6th grade on sometimes. So that's a good test, and I do think even though we lost those games, I think we competed with them a little better than we did last year. I know I can speak of that since I was here, and hopefully that'll bode well for us in these last 5 games. Like you said, we can't go back and replay this down or this down or this team or this team, but hopefully the kids stay focused. I think they have this week, and got the eyes on Doden getting better every week. And I do feel like we did get better from week to week. And
certainly, what a way to pick up your first win, and to do it during homecoming.
Yeah, homecoming's always exciting, for the kids, and it's a big week, and everybody comes, whether they come to wait to go to the dance after the game or whatever, but usually brings out a big crowd of kids and a lot of support. So hopefully it's a big time for everyone. It's a memory they'll have for their high school year.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us. Go out and get them tonight.
I appreciate it, Mike. Thanks a lot.
And this has been the Springs Valley Football Report with head coach Mark Hammond as the Blackhawks take on Tell City. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company personally extends an invitation to our customers, community, active service personnel, and veterans for Lunch on Us. Our Appreciation Cookout is Friday, September 21st from 11 to 1 at our Valley Banking Center. Register for a prize, receive a gift, and enjoy a scoop of Springs Valley Swirls ice cream. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. No purchase necessary, need not be present to win. A copy of the official terms and conditions are available upon request.
Joined now by the head coach of the Tell City Marksman, Aaron Clements, in his first year with the Marksman. And Coach, we appreciate you spending time with us. You inherit a program that has won just 7 games over the past 4 years. Would you feel like changing the culture has been your biggest challenge so far?
I think changing the culture is going well. That's our goal. I mean, that's what we're doing. We're changing the culture. We're not worried about the past. We know we've struggled in the past, but looking ahead, we're looking to build things for the future. So that's our goal. We're changing the culture little by little, week by week.
Tell us a little bit about this team and your personnel.
Yeah, so we got seniors who are mixed in with a lot of young kids. We've got senior leadership. We've got young kids who are leading them too. A lot of times you look out there in the field and there's 7 or 8 sophomores and a freshman. So we're young all over, but we can't use that as an excuse anymore. We've been using that for 4 weeks, and we're kind of leaning on that. We can't use it anymore. they've been playing for 4 weeks now, so we're not inexperienced, and we've got to use that to our advantage and take advantage of playing young kids and getting the experience.
Has the mix worked pretty well to this point?
Yeah, like I said, I got a late start in June and July, so we're still trying to figure out who we want where, and we got a lot of changes coming again this week, so we'll see if it works out.
You were telling me you were, I don't know, a couple of plays away from really being 3-1, and I know you were disappointed with the game last week against Pike Central. How does that all turn about again when we go back to talking about changing the culture and getting that positive attitude?
I think it's just winning. Like I said, we've been close. We've been there. Now we have to take advantage of being in the tight games and learning how to win, and that's something that comes with changing the culture. Like I said, that's a start of, we're in games now. Now we've got to take the step to wanting to win games and wanting to be there at the end and finishing. So we're 2 plays away from being 3-1, like I said. So that's what we're working towards.
You've got a freshman quarterback that you've moved into the starting lineup to move another guy into another position. Talk a little bit about how that's all worked.
Yeah, I mean, Dustin had been sick, and then he'd been sick. He'd been really struggling because he was sick, and we knew that. And he had missed 3 or 4 days, so we had to throw Aiden in there. And I thought Aiden's done well. I'm going to have him for the next 40-plus starts, so we might as well play him now and keep him in there. And Dustin's been really good at moving the running back. He's been a leader. He's had a problem with it. So like I said, it's just worked out for the better, I think, all around.
You kind of had a sneak peek last year at Springs Valley, being a part of the North Central staff that won your sectional game on a last-second field goal. What else can you tell us about Mark Hammond's team?
I think it's, like I said, you're going to see 2 teams that pride themselves on running the ball. They do what they do. They're not going to change anything up, and that's what they do. Like I said, there's not a lot of plays in each of our playbooks, and we just pride ourselves on doing what we're doing, and they do that really well. Like I said, they've struggled through 4 games. But it's not because they're playing bad teams. I mean, they're playing good teams, and they're a good team as well.
What do you feel the keys will be for your ball club?
We got to be able to run the ball. We got to be able to pass it effectively and efficiently and take care of it. We can't have any turnovers, and we can't have any penalties. That's the biggest thing that's haunted us through 4 games. So we got to pride ourselves on no penalties and no turnovers.
Has it made any difference, the fact that these 2 teams are new to one another?
Yeah, I mean, I think our kids are looking at it as someone they've never played before. We're trying to leave a statement because we've never played them, so that's our goal going into it. And same for them. Like I said, they've got a preview. We're doing what North Central did, what they saw last year. They're doing the same stuff, so we know what they're going to do, just the kids don't know each other.
Just a matter of coming down to execution then?
Yeah, execution. Like I said, we've got to execute. With what we do offensively, we can't turn it over. We can't have penalties. If we do that, we're going to struggle. And we've had that problem for 3 weeks, so we've got to fix it going into this one.
All right, Coach, we appreciate you sharing the info with your ball club, and we certainly wish you the best not only tonight but on through the rest of the season as well.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Thanks for doing this. Good luck.
That is Aaron Clements, the head coach of the Tell City Marksmen, joining us prior to tonight's game as the Hawks take on Tell City. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
For Valley Marathon, this is Eric Elkins, manager, inviting you to try our new Cadillac coffee with 9 creamer flavors and a dozen flavor shots. It's not expensive, just $1 for a 12-ounce cup of delicious coffee. Sign up for a Jones Reward card and for gas discounts at Valley Marathon, 936-9999.
And before we get underway with tonight's Springs Valley football action, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Springs Valley High School football.
Catch all the action of Blackhawk and IU sports on the Sports Voice of the Valley, WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Mills. Ready to go. Homecoming here, about set to unfold as Braden Beard puts his foot into the ball. And we're underway. Is picking it up at the 10-yard line is Jackson Land. Cuts it up to the middle of the field. Breaks to the outside. Gets the block. 30, 35, and finally pushed out of bounds up at about the 38-yard line. So a good return, and the Hawks will start in good field position out over their 35-yard line as Cole Cooper, the 155-pound senior quarterback, brings his team out onto the field. He'll have as his fullback Colton Dickey, 155 at a junior. The left wing, Colby Lowe, 155 at a senior. George Curtis at 165 at a junior. The flanker is Hammond Acuff at 185 at a junior. The split end, Jackson Land at 165 and a senior. They officially spot the ball at 39 as the Hawks go on the attack first. They'll send Acuff and Land both to the far side. Up under center, Cole Cooper sends low in motion, movement on the line, and it looked like Tell City jumped into the neutral zone, and that is the case. So offsides right out of the gate, and that will, well, now the officials are going to confer here. I didn't see any movement along Valley's line.
No, they sent Land in motion, and the guy jumped as soon as he took off. So
right. Oh no, they're going to call a false start here on the Hawks. Wow, what a change! And already we're going to have to see these officials get together here on things. It was a crew last week that called 3 consecutive unsportsmanlike conduct calls against the Hawks and forced them into a 1st and 77. Now Valley will start with a 1st and 15.
We got Land split out.
And the pitch goes off the low, trying to get to the outside, able to turn the corner, 35 or 35-40, and he's pushed out of bounds up and around the 45-yard line. He'll be close to the first down. We'll see where the officials mark the football, but Hawks sweeping on their first play and getting good yardage, and they will spot it at the 44, so it'll be a gain of actually 10 yards on the play for Colby. But because of the 5-yard penalty, it'll bring up now a 2nd down and 5.
It's one of the first times, Mike, we've really pitched to Colby, getting him outside. So something they must have been working on in practice this week. They got Land split out wide out here, and they got 2 guys split out wide, and they don't have anybody covering. I don't know if they can see it.
Ball snapped back to Cole Cooper, looking for running room off the left side. Pounds his way out over the 45 to about the 47. He'll be stopped shy of the first down. Let's call it the ball just shy of the 48. So we'll give him a 4-yard pickup on the play. It'll be 3rd and almost 2, probably about a yard and a half to get the first down.
Tell you, Mike, I think they picked this up. We've got 2 guys split, and they're not covering. They're only sending 1 guy out there. Might not be a bad time early here to 3rd and short to take a chance on this. Yeah, looks like they're going to.
Jordan Curtis will split wide of the near side. Double slot with Dickey in the backfield. Hand off to Jackson Land on the move. He's got the first down. He's across midfield into Tell City territory, and that'll be enough to move the chain. The guy's doing the blocking for the Hawks. It'll be actually a 5-yard pickup on Jackson's first carry of the night. The center is Camden Grandstaff, 205 at a junior. Left guard, Nate Hamilton, 175 at a senior. Right guard, Caleb McCracken, 185 at a junior. Left tackle is Nick Jones at 280 and a senior. And over on the right side of the tackle is Colton Reynolds at 280 and a senior. Hawks in marksman territory for the first time at the 47, first down and 10. Land and Acuff both split to the near side. Ooh, they look both on the line. I don't think they can go back. Now they're going to go long. Here is Jackson Land wide open. He raced for it. Breaks the tackle at the 20 and is finally pulled down around the 17-yard line. Cooper laid that up. It was a wobbler, but Jackson was so wide open, he had plenty of time to wait for that to come down. It is a gain of 30 yards as Cole Cooper completes his first pass of the night, and the Hawks in the red zone now 1st and 10 at the Tell City 17-yard line.
Yeah, Tell City's given that to us, and we were able to pick it up. We did a good job faking a step back, and that left Jackson wide open. I'm not sure. Acuff may be open now if he...
In motion is low. They get it on the pitch to Colby. Bobbled it. Breaks to the outside, and we're going to get another holding call here. And now another flag comes in here. And the Hawks have had problems with that here, Kevin, of late. We saw a couple of holding calls last week against West Washington on those sweeps. And the guys have just cannot grab that defender. If they bring him down, they bring him down. But, boy, you cannot afford those 10-yard penalties.
Well, especially there, Mike. You know, you were out there in open field and you just grab a guy and you can't get by at that. Inside, you might get away with that once in a while, but I think we actually had 2 holdings.
We did.
Maybe we'll just get 1 marked on us, though.
And they will move this one all the way back to the 32-yard line. So, again, Kevin, we have seen that pattern follow all year. where the Hawks make a nice drive and then they commit a crucial mistake. Now they're at 1st and 25, back at their own 32. Here's Cooper on the run. He just at the last second handed off, but great penetration by the marksman that time. He was just able to hand off to Jordan Curtis, and Curtis dropped on the spot for a loss of 4. And now the Hawks going backwards here all of a sudden as they are now looking at a 2nd down and 29.
Yeah, Mike, it looks like we're running toward the strength of their defense. Their front four, you look at their size, and they can move well too. So we're probably going to have to beat them outside and with some good play action passes. But running inside, that was an inside counter. Didn't never look good from the start, but let's see what we.
Low in motion, back to throw is Cooper. He'll throw the screen pass, and it's incomplete. He was trying to go to Colton Dickey here on the near side and overthrew his intended target. And now, Valley looking at a 3rd down and 29. Tell City goes with a 4-4 look. Their tackles are Lucas Gray, 215 and a junior. Tyler Hawhey at 195 and a senior. The ends are Braden Beard, 210 and a senior. And Dylan Mathena. These guys are big, by the way. Mathena 6'5", 230 and a sophomore. Beard 6'4", 210 and a senior. The inside linebackers, Bren Miller, 175 and a sophomore. Kyle Hagedorn, 205 and a senior. Outside linebackers, Devin Blake at 175 and a senior. Hunter Beckert at 160 and a sophomore. The corner, Shane Broniker, 150 and a sophomore. Nigel Kaiser, 160 and a sophomore. And Dustin Hunt, the safety, 175 and a senior. On 3rd and long, pumping once is Cooper. Now he'll throw over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Jackson Land down around the 20-yard line, but the pass never connected. And it'll bring up now 4th down, and even though field position a little bit in the Hawks' advantage here, Kevin, boy, a drive stalling out here when things look good, 1st and 10.
Yeah.
At the 17.
Yeah, Mike, we're splitting 2 guys out, and then Tell City's only bringing 1 guy out there to cover. And we hit Jackson on a fade, and then we tried hitting him on a crossing pattern there. They still really do not have enough guys out here to cover. I'd take a chance on Jackson on a fade in the corner here and give him a chance to.
Well, they will go for it. Valley on 4th down, and now we're going to get a timeout here. We were down to 6 on the play clock, and Mark Hammond says we need to spend a timeout. So with 8:43 to go, opening quarter on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard, Hawks looking at a 4th down when we come back. This is Springs Valley High School football.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
Chicago's Pizza. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30, Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's in French Lick. For carryout, 936-2962. So the Hawks at the 36-yard line of Tell City, and they are going for it on 4th and 29. Cooper out of the pistol, steps back, flushed out of the pocket, and he falls down. As that time Lucas Gray came storming in, pushed Nate Hamilton back in to Cole Cooper, and he fell down. So again, a 4th down and long play backfires for the Hawks, and now they will give up here, Kevin. Very good field position.
Well, Mike, that was just, get the ball down on the 15, 20-yard line, and the first 5 plays you run, then you run 4 plays in a row with, just didn't execute very well, and like I said, the penalty hurt us. But, you got to put that behind you, and now let the defense see if we can make some plays here early on defense.
Aiden Dotson, the freshman, making just his 2nd start, and as he hands off here to Bren Miller, he gets popped right at the line of scrimmage, and he will be stopped for no gain on the play. It'll bring up now a 2nd down and 10.
Good move. good line play there. I think they're going to have a tough time with Colton Reynolds and the Jones boy in there. And we got a looks like 65, Mike. Is that Cameron? Looks like we're in a 5-man front. Went to a 5.
Dotson up under center, takes the snap, and hands off. And again, it is Miller carrying the football, and again, he doesn't find a whole lot of running room. They'll mark his forward progress just over the 45. We'll call it the 46. It'll set up now a 3rd down and 7. So Dotson, the 155-pound freshman quarterback, has Hunter Beckert at the fullback, 160 the sophomore. Left wing, Dustin Hunt, 175 of the senior. The right wing is Devin Blake at 175 of the senior. The flanker, Kyle Simpson, 150 of the senior. Hunter Sodrow is the split end at 170 and a junior. And it is Blake along with Sodrow, both split wide of the near side. Out of the pistol formation, the pitch goes off now to Hunt, trying to turn the corner, slips a tackle. A penalty flag comes in as Beckert, the ball carrier, is spilled right at midfield. To be shy of the first down by about 3 yards, but we do have a holding call here against Tell City, and Hawks could have taken here, Kevin, 4th and 3. Instead, they're going to take 3rd, and looks like they're going to mark this back to about the 33-yard line.
Oh yeah, definitely. You got to take the penalty there. I don't think Tell City, they do not throw it a lot. All the defense has to do now is just keep it contained inside, keep everything inside, and get some good pressure. A good turnover right here would really, go a long ways in this first quarter, giving us a good shot here.
It is 3rd and 20 back at the 33-yard line. Obvious passing down will tell City they don't very much. They fake the reverse. Dotson back to throw, being chased, running, turns it upfield, and he's hit, and he'll go down. He'll only pick up a yard or 2. Good pursuit that time for the Hawks, as Colton Reynolds came barreling after him. So did Justin Shipman from his linebacker position. Only a gain of a yard on the play. It'll be 4th and 19 for Tell City. So good here, Kevin, for Valley's defense to get a 3-and-out.
Oh yeah, that was a good stand there. I think, like you mentioned, Mike, Tell City's going to be run dominated, and the Valley's going to be really able to stack it up and just keep the big play away and let our offense get in gear here.
Keaton Lloyd to punt.
Good punt.
Sends off a boomer. It'll send Jordan Curtis back to his 27-yard line. Running, trying to turn it upfield, and he is hit, and he will go down as Brent Miller able to get down there and spill him.
He had fumble, Mike.
Now they're going to say that Curtis fumbled the football, and Tell City has come out of there with it.
Yeah, Mike, he was just running too high. When he got contact, he had to lower his pads, and he was too high there, and they were able to strip the ball from him. Looked like he was going to be down, but the big pile up, and, marksmen come away with the football here. Good field position. So, once again, our defense is going to have to make a stand.
So, again, the Hawks, week after week after week, continue to shoot themselves in the foot, and now a golden opportunity for Tell City to start at the Valley 26-yard line, just past the halfway point of the quarter, and on first down, the handoff goes to Miller, and Miller works his way off the left side, pounds his way inside the 25 to about the 22-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 4 to set up now a 2nd down and 6. Offensive line for Tell City has Travis Kennedy, the center, at 290 and a junior. Tyler Hawhey, the left guard, at 195 and a senior. Right guard, Kyle Hagedorn, at 205 and a senior. Left tackle, Chance Boland, 305 and a sophomore. And Dylan Mathena, the right tackle, at 230 and a sophomore.
They went to a wishbone offense here. Maybe a little bit.
Oh, and shooting through there was Justin Shipman. What a play. And he was in the backfield almost before Dotson gave the ball to Miller. And he drops him for a yard loss back to the 23-yard line. What a play made by Valley's linebacker, Justin Shipman.
Yeah, it was a nice. He read the play real just great there, and was able to almost got the ball. It looked like he almost handed off to him. 3rd and 7, Mike. Big play here.
And out of the wishbone formation, 3 in the backfield. Dotson up under center, takes the snap, hands off, and picking up the yardage here is, let's see who unpiles there. Getting off the pile for the first time is Shane Broniker. So Aaron Clemens not using any of the guys that he listed as a starter here. So Broniker gets 4 yards there. That'll set up now a 4th down and 3. And again, this Valley defense will be tested here with the marksman in Valley territory. Valley got a 3 and out before, forced the punt, but Jordan Curtis fumbled, and now Tell City trying to do something with it with under 4 minutes to go, opening quarter in a scoreless football game.
Confusion in the backfield. Let's see if they went to a power I, basically.
And now we've got Watts. And now do we have a false start or a timeout? The referee threw the flag, and now they're going to change it and call the timeout. And Mark Hammond is saying, hey, you threw the flag. And boy, another tough break here for the Hawks. So the timeout will stand, called by Tell City. It comes with 3:41 to go, first quarter. No score from the Hawks Nest on homecoming here in the Valley. We'll continue with more Blackhawks football right after this.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
This is Springs Valley senior running back Colby Lowe. Now back to more Blackhawks football with Mike Hamilton on Q100.
Tell City calling timeout with 2 seconds on the play clock. Now they have 4 wideouts, 3 to the near side. Only Hunter Beckert is in the backfield, and the pitch is bobbled, picked up by Beckert. Still trying to maintain his balance as he turns the corner and gets it down inside the 10 to about the 4-yard line. What a run by Beckert there as the ball bounced fortuitously back to him after it hit the ground. Dotson got hit just as he released the football, and a nice run there by Hunter Beckert of 16 yards, and now it is 1st and goal for Tell City at the 3-yard line. And again, Kevin, we see here if Tell City able to punch it in. The mistakes for Valley coming back to haunt him.
We had to play covered, and the ball was on the ground for just a second, but a good play by the
quarterback keeper. Dotson drives forward. He's in. Touchdown, Tell City. So the marksman able to cash in on Valley's turnover, the fumble by Jordan Curtis, and the marksmen are on the board first with 3:02 to go here in this opening quarter of play.
Mike, that was almost a gift given to him, and that's what we gotta avoid when you match up real well against this team. They're not going to be able to throw it, and then we get the ball to them at the 30-yard line, and on turnover, got to hang on to football.
On for the extra point is Braden Beard. Dustin Hunt will hold. Now they fake it, and they will throw it into the end zone, and the pass is caught for the 2-point conversion as Dustin Hunt, the recipient. Nice job there by the holder, Devin Blake, as he threw it into the end zone. So the Valley completely caught unawares, and Tell City off to a great start. 3:02 to go, opening quarter. From the Hawks Nest in French Lick on the Fast Eddie scoreboard, 8-0 Tell City. We'll continue with more Springs Valley football right after this.
What's better than enjoying a fine meal at 33 Brick Street in French Lick?
savoring each mouth-watering bite on their outdoor patio and courtyard. Enhance your 33 Brick Street dining experience by taking in the open air during these warm months. Their patio and courtyard, featuring a fire pit, is perfect for special occasions or events, including wedding receptions, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. They can even design a special menu for your event. Make your reservations by calling 33 Brick Street at 936-3370. That's 936-3370. 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick. Good food, all in a legendary atmosphere.
This is Springs Valley senior quarterback Cole Cooper, and you're listening to Blackhawks football on Q100.
Back to action is Beard kicking off, fielded at the 10-yard line by Jackson Land. And again, a nice return as he's able to bring it all the way out to the 33-yard line. So Hawks will go back on the attack again, but now they find themselves down by a score. And they've just got to quit committing penalties, Kevin, and hang on to the football.
Yeah, Mike, we need, in the past couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, we've been having some nice long drives. We're going to need to settle down here and, move the football. I think we've got some advantages on offense, except, boy, up the middle, Tell City looks pretty good, their front four. So
Colby Lowe in motion. Coming in behind, takes the handoff and turns it upfield and picks up a couple of hard-earned yards. They'll spot it up at the 36-yard line, so give them a gain of 3. It'll set up now second down and a long 7.
Yeah, Mike, their front four, they just close the football. They do a really good job. You can just see probably got some junior, seniors up there, played some football, and that's the strength of their team. And we're going to probably have to get to the corner a little bit or hit on some passes against them. We'll see if we're in
motion
tight.
is Curtis to the far side. Ball knocked back to Cooper, looking for running room. Finds a seam, breaks a couple of tackles out over the 40 and up to about the 43-yard line. They'll be shy of the first down by about a yard. So the Hawks will be looking, now they're going to say his forward progress moved him back to the 42-yard line.
That was a good surge by our offensive line, and our backs have been running hard downhill, for most of the year. And Cole Cooper there, he found a little bit of a seam, and he got us that extra 3 or 4 yards we needed after contact.
So third and short situation here for the Hawks at their own 42. Cooper up under center, takes the snap, hands off. Colton Dickey's got the first down and then some, over the 45 and up to about the 49. And that's what they're trying to get Colton to do. Valley has had a number of outstanding fullbacks over the years, and they're looking for Colton to kind of be that bruiser, and he showed some glimpses of that as he pulled his way straight up the middle for the 49, a gain of 7 on his first carry of the contest, and the Hawks pick up the necessary yardage for the first down.
Well, we are finding some success inside there, so that tells me that our offensive line has to be doing a nice job, because they're going against some good kids up there.
Curtis again in motion, snap back to Colton Dickey this time, and he goes nowhere. That's because nobody bothered to block Dylan Matheny, the right end there, who came in and nailed Dickey for no gain. Well, they're going to give him a yard pickup on the play. Ball just shy of the 50, so call it now a second down and 9. This may be the final play of the first quarter coming up. We figure both teams like to run with the football, so we'll have a quick game, and so far we're seeing that.
Well, Mike, we've came in tight, on this series, and got a man in motion.
In motion to the far side. Cooper took the handoff, faked the pitch, and then turned it upfield, and again didn't find a whole lot of running room. Maybe got it to midfield, and that is it. So the Hawks, when the second quarter begins, will be looking at a third down and long. That's the end of the first quarter. Homecoming here in the Valley. But after one, it's the visitors with the lead on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Tell City 8 and the Hawks nothing. Back with the second quarter in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
Attention cord cutters. Have you switched to streaming TV services only to discover your internet speed isn't cutting it? Make your streaming TV experience seamless with Smithville's fiber internet, the best for streaming TV, movies, videos, and more. Smithville Fiber is prepared for today's technology as well as whatever tomorrow brings. Be more than a cord cutter. Be on the cutting edge of internet. Visit switchtosmithville.com today to learn more or call us at 800-742-4084.
This is Springs Valley senior lineman Colton Reynolds, and you're listening to Blackhawks football on Q100.
Well, when you need a break, a time to just relax and unwind, call for your appointment with one of Research Chiropractic's board-certified massage therapists. They'll help you get back into shape. But if it's not just sore muscles, you'll want to see Dr. Lolita. She has your back. For your appointment, call the Research Chiropractic Center in Paoli at 723-2277. Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Mills back with you at the Hawks Nest. 12 minutes in the books, and Tell City, the better of things thus far. They took advantage of a Valley turnover to score, got the 2-point conversion, and now Valley looking at a 3rd down and 9 now at midfield. Double slots in motion is Jackson Land. They give it to him, looking for running room, and again, he's just not going to find anything. And coming off the bottom of the pile is Tyler Hawhey from his right tackle position. Only a gain of 1, 4th down and 8, and it looks like the Hawks will have to punt the football away, although with Mark Hammond, you can't always be sure.
Mike, we had 3 of our blockers blocking the middle safety downfield, and they got to handle the line first, and the linebackers, and there was no hole there. We'd went about 6 plays without getting Jackson involved, and probably going to have to get him more involved in the offense here and see if he can break Tell City down a little bit.
Well, the Hawks are going to go for it. 4th down and 8 now at the 49 of Tell City. So another big play in motion. Here's Cooper. He's in trouble. He is hit, and he is going to go down. He'll lose major yardage. They're going to say his forward progress all the way back at the 39. So again, Mark Hammond rolls the dice, and again it backfires, and again Tell City is going to have unbelievable field position at the Valley 38-yard line.
Yeah, Mike, we tried faking Jackson and going around the corner, and I think we was going to try to hit A-Cup on a fade on the right side, but Cole had no chance there. He made the fake, and we just left the end alone, and he was the first guy there. And then he had some help from his linebackers. And that's a big play. Our defense really has to step up now. I mean, they've got to shut this down and try to get some momentum back.
And Tell City will go out of the wishbone formation. Dodson takes the snap, hands off as it goes to Devin Blake, and Blake trying to work his way off the right side. Pounds his way down to about the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on the play. It'll set up now a 2nd down and 6. Valley's defense consists of Colton Reynolds, 280 and a senior, and Nick Jones, 280 and a senior. The tackles, the ends are Caleb McCracken, 185 and a junior. Adam George at 170 and a junior. The outside linebackers, Drake Terry, 175 and a senior. Mark Pieper at 150 and a senior. On 2nd and 6, Dotson hands off. This is Miller. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, but manages to bounce off a couple of tacklers and pick up 3, maybe 4 extra yards. Again, Valley needs to sustain that, but that time Miller did a nice job of keeping those legs pumping. He'll carry it down to the 32-yard line, so a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 3. As we finish up Valley's defense, Hammond Acuff, 185 at a junior. Justin Chipman, 195 at a senior. The inside linebackers, corners, Cole Cooper, 155 at a senior. Colton Dickey, 155 at a junior. And Jordan Curtis is the safety at 165 at a junior. On 3rd down, picking up 1st down yardage, that is Miller once again. And again, when you have 3rd and short situation, it makes it tough. So the chains move, another 1st down, and Tell City keeps the drive alive. A 5-yard pickup on the play down to the 27. Well, it looked in the early going like Valley was getting the better of things down to the trenches here, Kevin, but since that time, things have turned around here. And
Tell City is very patient there. They're spreading us out at times, but I think they're still wanting to run inside the ends. And, their little quarterback there, their freshman quarterback, handling the ball, not doing a nice job.
Here's Miller. Oh, and again, the Hawks continue to try to tackle high, and that allows Miller to keep those legs pumping. Adam George had him at the line of scrimmage there, Kevin, but because he was trying to tackle him up high, Miller kept pushing, and he was able to drive his way down to the 23-yard line. So instead of no gain, he ends up picking up 4 to set up a 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, we're getting pretty good penetration in there, Mike, but we're just too high. We're grabbing and reaching. We're going to start putting some shoulder pads into them. And
lone setback is Miller. Bobbling the ball was Dotson. He's going to try to run around the corner. Ooh, looks like a block in the back over there on that side. The officials don't call it. And Dotson able to carry it close to the 1st down marker here. They needed to get to the, looked like the 17-yard line. And now the officials are going to confer here and see if they need to bring the chains out for a measurement.
I think they're going over something else, Mike.
Was there a flag? I don't see any laundry out on the field. Oh, they are going to call holding here on Tell City. Okay. I thought I saw there might have been a block in the back, but a holding will work here in this situation. So this will move it back. And let's see where they spot the football. Going to move it back to the 33-yard line. So that will be a 10-yard penalty. And we'll set up now a 2nd down and 16. Or are they going to say 3rd down and 16? The down should repeat.
Yeah, 2nd down.
Okay, now they've changed it. So, okay. So that'll help Valley a little bit here. And again, when you're a run-oriented team like Valley is, these penalties can hurt you. Now out of a pistol, back to throw is Dotson, flushed out of the pocket, looking, fires downfield. He's got a man wide open. That is Devin Blake, who makes the catch. He is spilled immediately by Colton Dickey, but he's going to pick up about 8 yards on the play. So that will set up a pretty manageable 3rd down. 8-yard pickup on the play, and it'll set up now a 3rd down and 8 here for Tell City. 7:40 to go here in the first half of play, with the Marksmen leading 8-0. Now, Kyle Simpson will split wide of the near side. Miller, the lone setback behind Dotson up under center, takes the snap, and on the option play, Dotson's going to keep the football, trying to get to the outside, and he's not going to find much running room at all. Hawks strung that one out as Justin Shipman able to make sure that Dotson did not get to the outside. He'll pick up a yard to the 24. So now it'll set up a 4th down and 7 for Tell City. And while we're still early in the ball game, not even halfway through the 2nd quarter, Kevin, you just kind of feel it here from a momentum standpoint that Valley really needs to make the stop here and get this football back.
Yeah, Mike, and I tell you what, the freshman quarterback Dotson is doing a nice job handling the ball, and he's gotten away from us a few times and made a nice pass a while ago, so we're going to have to, put some pressure on him, force him into some mistakes.
Sodro and Simpson, the wide outs, and here's a wide open player downfield, and making the catch is Dustin Hunt at the 10-yard line. And what do we have? It's going to say it is a catch. Yes, it is. The pass complete, and on 4th and 7, the Marksmen come up with another huge play on the completion from Dotson to Dustin Hunt, and it is 1st and goal, Tell City now at the Valley 8-yard line. So again, Hawks let a team off the hook, and Tell City on the verge of going up 2 scores halfway through the 2nd quarter. Dotson, the quarterback, takes the snap. Quarterback keeper running forward. He'll get good yardage inside the 5, down to about the 4. So again, Marksman winning the battle, getting that initial charge. So
yeah, Mike, it looks
Hawks
like
get half that yardage, or the marksmen get half that yardage. Second down now from the 4.
It looks like Dotson's just going up the line there, and if we don't, he's just going one side of the center, and we're not touching him until he's gotten 3 or 4 yards. And
right.
When you're down here at the 5, they're going to have to close that a lot tighter. They got to really close her down now.
Again, Miller the lone setback. On the slot is Blake. Dotson hands off to Miller off the left side. He's in. Touchdown, Tell City. So the marksmen starting to make it look easy now as they have taken command of this football game. As the Hawks, with some turnovers, some key penalties, going for it and unsuccessful near midfield, and the marksmen are taking full advantage as they get their second touchdown with 5:09 remaining here in this first half of play.
Yeah, Mike, it looks like our defense has been on the field almost the whole first half, and it may be telling a little bit.
And again, it looks like Tell City will go for 2. They had a nice kicker, Braden Beard. He was kicking 30-yarders in practice in warm-up before the game. Here's Dotson, takes the snap, and he is dropped. He faked the handoff to Miller, and the Hawks didn't buy it. And a nice job there by Colton Reynolds to come in and snow him back. So the 2-point conversion fails, but the Hawks now find themselves down by 2 scores. 5:09 to go, first half on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. Now 14-0 Tell City. Back with more Blackhawks football right after this.
Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company personally extends an invitation to our customers, community, active service personnel, and veterans for Lunch on Us. Our Appreciation Cookout is Friday, September 21st from 11 to 1 at our Valley Banking Center. Register for a prize, receive a gift, and enjoy a scoop of Springs Valley Swirls ice cream. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. No purchase necessary, need not be present to win. A copy of the official terms and conditions are available upon request.
This is Springs Valley senior lineman Colton Reynolds, and you're listening to Blackhawks football on Q100.
Tell City's first drive, 5 plays, 26 yards in 2 minutes and 47 seconds. This time they go 39 yards in 9 plays. They need 5 minutes and 53 seconds. 4-yard run by Bren Miller. And even though the 2-point try was unsuccessful, Tell City with the lead, 14-0, and the Hawks are going to have to get their offense untracked now. They can't afford to get down anymore, especially because Tell City will have the ball to start the third quarter. Beard getting set to kick off. Line drive boot picked up by Jackson Line. He bobbled it. Goes back to pick it up at the 7-yard line, looking for running room, and he's not going to find it. He fumbled the football. Tell City thinks they have it. And let's wait and see as they unpile. This would absolutely be disaster. And yes, indeed, the marksmen have the football.
Well,
wow.
Just, Mike, ever since the fumble on I don't know if it's the punt or the kickoff, that punt, I believe, we just haven't responded well.
No, we haven't.
And our kids, just too many mistakes against 2 teams that basically even, and they're making plays, and right now, we just haven't been able to make any plays. And
no.
They're playing, I can see their confidence level is really went way up.
So the marksman, if you thought starting at Valley's 39 was great, how about the Valley 14-yard line, first down and 10. Back to throw is Dotson. He's looking. He fires the pass, and it is caught for a short gain. That is Miller making the reception down at about the 10-yard line. So they're throwing a little more than what we thought. We'll actually spot the ball back at the 11, so it'll be a gain of 3, second down and 7.
Mike, he's 3 for 3. He's thrown 3 times, and they've got it off.
These are not good passes. His receivers are making him look like a Peyton Manning right now.
But they got us off balance, Mike. We're looking run, and now they're starting to mix it up a little bit. So
They've got two wideouts to the near side here. Quarterback keeper as Dotson drives forward. And again, that initial charge, Kevin, Valley's got to figure out a way to get some penetration because Dotson is getting huge yardage as he pounds his way down. Well, now they're going to say his forward progress back to the 9. So it looked like it was more than that. They're going to give him just a gain of 2, but it'll be 3rd and 5 now from the Valley 9-yard line with 3:50 to go here in this first half. Already 14-0. And with Tell City getting the ball to start the second half, the Hawks have to figure out a way to keep Tell City from getting more points. Sodrell splits wide of the near side, so does Corey Broniker. Play clock down to 5 as Dotson takes the snap, hands off to Miller, works his way off the left side, and this time he's not going to find any running room. Adam George led the charge there for the Hawks. Only a gain of about a yard, so it'll bring up now 4th down. Looks like they'll spot the ball at the 8, so only a yard pickup there. It'll be 4th down and 4, so this Valley defense is going to be asked to come up with one more big play here to try to get this football back. And, you know, you can't do the defense can't do anything about the field position, and that's what kind of makes it unfair is they have been put in some really, really tough spots here in this first half of play.
But 4th and 4 here, 4th and a long 3. You know, the Hawks have to make the play right now. You know, they've got to come up with a big one and get our offense momentum.
Dotson out of the pistol, pitches it off now to Hunt. Oh, and he turns back the other way. He's in trouble, and down he goes. Drake Terry made him turn back the other way, and then Drake able to finish it off. As the Hawks able to string that out, that was Beckert, the runner, actually. And nothing on the outside as the Hawks sealed that off. He tried to turn back the other way, and Drake Terry able to get to him. Snows him for a loss of 7 yards on the play. So the Hawks do the job of keeping Tell City off the board. Now they're at their own 15-yard line. 2 minutes and 32 seconds remaining here in this first half of play. And let's see what they can do. They have 2 timeouts to try to do something with a football.
That was a great job by the defense there, Mike. You know, getting the ball down to 15, their heads were down, but they came up with some big plays.
Curtis in motion, and the ball goes off to Jordan. Started outside, cuts back in. Ooh, maybe 1 or 2 players from breaking that. He does get a nice run here as he carries it up to the 29-yard line. So a 9-yard run there for Jordan. It'll set up now a 2nd down and 1 at the 24, but the Hawks want to score with 2:05 to go, and they quickly get up to the line. They may have to put the ball in the air here. This time it is Cooper looking for first down yardage, and he's not going to find it.
No.
He's going to be stopped shy of the 25, so no gain on the play there. Again, the Hawks trying to pound it up the middle and nothing doing.
Need to get the first down now, Mike, or we don't want to give the ball back to them.
Right.
If we can get the ball, maybe a couple of first downs, I think we'd use our timeouts, but we'll have to see if this is a big play here, 3rd and a yard.
Land splits wide to the far side. Remember that 74-yarder they had against Mitchell. Wouldn't that be fun right now? Hand off to Jordan Curtis. He's got the first down. He started outside and then cut it back in. And he will move the chain. So the Hawks continue with the football, however, on the 4-yard gain. But clock running again down to 1:18 to go before halftime, and the Hawks still 72 yards away from pay dirt. Land splits wide to the near side. Out of the pistol, Cooper, man in motion. Cooper dropping back to throw, going long, and he's going to way overthrow Jackson. Again, Cole showing off his arm there. I mean, he threw that one on a spiral a good 35 yards. But
I think Tell City figured out, Mike, they're probably going to double team Jackson now. They had 2 guys over there with him spread out, and that'll be interesting because as the game goes on, we're going to have to be able to throw it. We're not going to be able to run inside their ends, and maybe they'll get to the corner a few times by running the ball. But
that's where you maybe want to slip one of your slot backs out on the other side. 2nd down and 10, 1:04 to go. Ball at the Valley 28-yard line. Again, Land splits wide to the far side. Now Curtis in motion. Back to throw is Cooper. Looks, fires over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. There is a penalty flag down. And let's see what we have on this. Is it going to be a holding call here? I think it is on the Hawks. And I think here,
I don't know where I think they'll take.
Tell City may want to go ahead and decline the penalty because it bring up 3rd down and 10. That's the case.
Spring Valley decline, 3rd down.
So now I would say here, with 1:01 to go, you're in your best interest here just to try to do a running play and keep that clock running, and at worst, force Tell City to call a timeout if they want to get the ball back.
See what they dial up here.
Down to 4 on the play clock. Cooper rushes him back to throw. Here's the screen pass caught by Jackson Land. Makes a cut. Steps to the outside. Spins away from a couple of defenders. Now it's going to get pushed out of bounds up at about the 43-yard line. That's going to be enough for the first down. So the screen pass that time works. Now we have another flag down again.
Looks like an holding situation. I think the guy in motion, or maybe turned upfield too quick. No, holding.
Yeah, it is holding against Springs Valley. Well, penalties and turnovers.
I don't think it looked like Jackson had the guy one-on-one there. He's going to beat that guy most of the time. It's probably an unnecessary block there.
So the ball back to the 20-yard line. It'll result in an 8-yard penalty. 33 yards in infractions here for the Hawks now. So 3rd down and 18 now for the Hawks with 52 seconds left here in this first half of play. And Valley has just continued to shoot themselves in the foot. They've got 2 wideouts, both to the near side. That's Cooper out of the pistol, looks, and he's going long here, and he will overthrow Drake Terry, the intended receiver. Again, a great arm here for Cole, but again, Valley not having anybody fast enough to run underneath the football.
Well, they got to get a good snap here, Mike, and definitely, I can see.
Well, the incomplete stops the clock now, so Tell City's going to have some time here. They still have their 2 timeouts.
You got to keep them out there. They could send the house here almost for a block, but let's see what they're.
Cooper standing back at his 10-yard line. Back deep for Tell City is Dustin Hunt and Devin Blake, and the marksmen are going to let it bounce, and it will roll out of bounds at about the Tell City 45-yard line. So again, another good punt of about 35 yards. I should say another first punt of this game for Cole, but he has turned in some boomers over the course of the season. So from the 45, we'll see if Tell City looks to try to do something with it. 38 seconds.
Got to get our defense
here
ready.
In the first half.
Sure we got.
Dotson up under center. Miller the lone setback. 3 wideouts all to the near side. Back to throw is Dotson, and he is going to be sacked. So good job there. Colton Reynolds, along with Mark Keeper, will get credit for that as they snow Dotson under for a loss of 5. That'll bring up now a 2nd down and 15. And now the marksmen, well, they apparently are still interested in scoring, so they will take a timeout. We'll keep it here with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Tell City leading on the Fast Eddie scoreboard at 14-0. Go Blackhawks and go to Dairy Queen of Springs Valley for the Snickler Doodle Cookie Dough September Blizzard of the Month. And remember, you get $5 off DQ frozen cakes in the display case every Monday at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley.
Boy, Mike, I'd like to see the Hawks make Tell City pay for using this timeout.
Get a turnover, yeah.
Big turnover, and still have enough time to take a shot in the end zone.
Don't forget, We'll have our Springs Valley halftime report coming up. Jackson Land will be in the senior spotlight. And our halftime guest this week, a young lady that hopefully is not playing in her final golf match tomorrow, but Emma McCormick, the lone senior on the girls' golf team, their sectional is tomorrow up at Otis Park. All right, 2nd and 15 now for Tell City. 2 wideouts, both to the near side. The pitch off now to Blake, and Devin Blake finding some good running room as Valley playing in a prevent. That's going to allow a lot of yardage there as Blake able to carry it to the 48-yard line of Springs Valley. It'll leave now a 3rd down and 3. And now with 1/10 of a second, now they're going to run the clock out. Valley thinks it's over. The half is over, but the officials are saying no. It's going to be a 3rd down and 3 here from the Valley 48. They'll have to put some time back up on the clock here. Just how much, we'll have to wait and see. Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities because life is a team sport.
Yeah, we're doing that. Well, Mike, we got, 3rd and about 4, and we got 1 second left. I guess they'll probably just throw it up, or you got to watch for everything right now. You really never know. A halfback pass.
Seen stranger things happen on situations like this. The ball at the Valley 48. I guess we'll see what kind of an arm the freshman Aiden Dotson has here as he takes the snap. Now he's going to throw the pass, and I think that's going to be ruled incomplete. Yeah, that was a forward pass, and that will be the final play of this first half. Well, 2 turnovers have led to 2 scores for the Tell City Marksmen. Meanwhile, the Hawk offense still trying to figure things out, and because of it, Tell City will head to the locker room here at halftime with the lead. Stop by Chicago's Pizza on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30, Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. For carryout, 936-2962. Halftime here during homecoming at the Hawks Nest in French Lick, and on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard, it is Tell City 14, the Blackhawks nothing. We'll start our halftime activities when we come back. You're listening to Springs Valley High School
Our Springs
football.
Valley halftime report continues now with senior spot.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
Caring people make the difference at Springs Valley Meadows in French Lick.
You can feel it the minute you walk into Springs Valley Meadows. We're the experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. We're here to help you and your family find answers, solutions, and peace of mind. In fact, we become an extension of your family. For more information about Springs Valley Meadows, Highway 145, French Lick, visit ascseniorcare.com.
Or call Springs Valley Meadows at 936-9991.
What's better than enjoying a fine meal at 33 Brick Street in French Lick? Savoring each mouth-watering bite on their outdoor patio and courtyard. Enhance your 33 Brick Street dining experience by taking in the open air during these warm months. Their patio and courtyard, featuring a fire pit, is perfect for special occasions or events, including wedding receptions, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. They can even design a special menu for your event. Make your reservations by calling 33 Brick Street at 936-3370. That's 936-3370. 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick, good food, all in a legendary atmosphere.
A salute to the Blackhawks from Tony Robbins and the construction crew at TRC Construction in French Lick for concrete work, land clearing, and site work, driveways, foundations, patios, and sidewalks. Call TRC Construction 653-7007.
For Valley Marathon, this is Eric Elkins, manager, inviting you to try our new Cadillac coffee with 9 creamer flavors and a dozen flavor shots. It's not expensive, just $1 for a 12-ounce cup of delicious coffee. Sign up for a Jones Reward card and for gas discounts at Valley Marathon, 936-9999.
This is Springs Valley senior linebacker Drake Terry. Keep it tuned to Q100 all season long for Blackhawks football.
And before we start our halftime activities from the Hawks Nest in French Lick, as homecoming rolls on, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley High School football.
Catch all the action of Blackhawk and IU sports on the Sports Voice of the Valley, WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Mills back at Springs Valley High School, and as we run through the first half scoring, we will hopefully hear a little bit of the Springs Valley Blackhawk Brigade. I'm sure their show is continuing to come together. They'll be starting competition tomorrow as they will be in the Paoli Invitational as band director Luke Aylesworth again having another fine contingent. Well, the Hawks started out strong. They took the opening kickoff and moved it down, had a 1st and 10 at the Tell City 17, but a big penalty moved them back and they were not able to score. Tell City took over on downs. Valley did the nice job defensively, forcing them on a 3-and-out. But then on the ensuing punt, Jordan Curtis grabbed it, coughed it up as he was hit. Tell City recovered, and in 5 plays they were in the end zone, needing just 26 yards in 2 minutes and 47 seconds as Aiden Dotson, the freshman quarterback, able to carry it in from 3 yards out at 3:02 mark of the opening quarter, and then Dustin Hunt hit Devin Blake in the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and Tell City led 8-0. The Hawks picked up 1 first down on their next drive, but it kind of stalled out, and Mark Hammond took a chance on a 4th down and 8. His gamble backfired, however, as quarterback Cole Cooper dropped for a 12-yard loss. That allowed Tell City to take over at the Valley 39-yard line, and they proceeded to go 9 plays in 5 minutes and 53 seconds, capped off by a 4-yard run by Bren Miller with 5:09 to go in the half. The run for the 2-point conversion was no good. It was 14-0 in favor of Tell City at that point. Hawks would cough it up again as Jackson Land fumbled the kickoff, trying to gain more yardage, but this time the Valley defense stiffened and forced Tell City to give it up on downs, and then Valley got 1 first down on the next drive before having to punt the football away. Tell City ran 3 plays to close out the first half of play, and the marksman will get the ball to start the second half. So that brings you up to date on what's been happening here in the first 24 minutes of play. Again at halftime of the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard, it is Tell City 14, Springs Valley 0. Stay tuned. We'll continue with our halftime report. Next up, my interview with Emma McCormick. That'll be followed by our senior spotlight with Colton Reynolds. I said Jackson Land earlier. It'll be Colton Reynolds. All that comes up after these words. This is Springs Valley High School football.
Attention cord cutters. Have you switched to streaming TV services only to discover your internet speed isn't cutting it? Make your streaming TV experience seamless with Smithville's fiber internet, the best for streaming TV, movies, videos, and more. Smithville Fiber is prepared for today's technology as well as whatever tomorrow brings. Be more than a cord cutter. Be on the cutting edge of internet. Visit switchtosmithville.com today to learn more or call us at 800-742-4084.
Our Springs Valley.
We're back at halftime of tonight's Springs Valley football game, and my guest here this evening is a young lady I had the pleasure of meeting back a couple of months ago at the Orange County Fair. The reason? She was the Orange County Fair Queen. And for the lone senior on the girls golf team, Emma McCormick, trading your crown and scepter for a visor and a 9-iron. But my goodness, what a start to your senior year.
Oh, it's been quite a start. I wouldn't say a 9-iron. I always go with a 7-iron. Okay. Just got to stick with the old trusty. It's been a heck of a transition. I absolutely love the fair and getting to stay out late at night with all the fair animals, and now I have to drill down on homework and golf clubs and wait for sectionals to come around, so it's quite the transition.
The only bad thing, I guess, about girls golf is the season is so short. You start even before school begins. Of course, we know it's kind of one of those individual sports where you can work on your game year-round. We do know that. But as far as being able to practice with the team, and then once the season gets going, it's only 5 or 6 weeks long. Has this year gone pretty fast for you?
This year has gone super fast, and way faster than I ever expected or wanted it to. I had the pleasure of getting all the girls on the team, from Keisha, Kyla, and Kelly. I'm the only E, by the way. Okay. I stick out like a sore thumb. But they have been a pleasure to work with. I got to start during the summer, got to get closer to them. They've been on the golf team for a few years, just like I have. So I got to get closer to them, and it's been a pretty awesome experience so far.
Tell us about your the history of when you started playing golf at Springs Valley, and take us right through now.
So I started in junior high, and my first ever golf coach is my senior year golf coach. So I thought that was probably like the coolest thing about this year. So I started out in junior high, and I was the worst golfer on the team, 100%. I missed the ball every time I went to go hit it. But now I have really come forth with my golf game, and it's kind of shaped me into who I am today, and it's made a lot of connections for me. And my job during the summer, I caddy up at the Pete Dye, so it's really brought everything together. Golf is like my connection to everything.
I suppose it's easy, and I've talked with Coach Tarr and Coach Harner before him, and even Coach Whitaker before that. We can keep going back, but I guess you can always kind of measure improvement by how your scores go. Maybe not 100%, but to a degree, I guess. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that 100%. The scores that you shoot are just measured by how much you're on the golf course, and the coaches that you have to push you to do your best every day. Coming into practice, you may not want to do practice. You might have the worst day ever, and you come to golf practice and you are thinking that it's going to be horrible, and your coach, your coaches are the ones that pull you through, and they really tell you that you can do it, and it shows by the scores.
A lot of the kids tell me years down the road that a lot of times when they go and think back on their sports career or even a particular season, it's not always so much what you necessarily did out on the course, but just the camaraderie you had with your teammates. So I'm just curious to know, as being the lone senior and only 3 other girls, do they kind of consider you as the mother hen?
I wouldn't say mother hen. I would say big sister hen, because I'm not that old. But they have treated me awesome, and it's been an amazing experience with this year. I think back to my freshman year and thinking about the seniors then. I looked up to them as much as I hope that the girls do this year. I can remember every season, every game, everything, and I hope it's as memorable for them as it is for me.
Okay. Sectional coming up this weekend. What are you hoping for?
Hoping for the win. Fingers crossed. We obviously have worked really hard, and if we don't win, it's not gonna rain on their parade, because they know they're amazing golfers. We are a heck of a team. We work together all the time, and we're very close. So no matter what happens at sectionals, I think that we're going to have fun, and it's going to be awesome.
Speaking of fun, has it been that way with Coach Tarr?
Yeah. It's been a little rocky, when I don't really want to practice, but he goes, "Hey, Emma, you have to practice." So he's been a phenomenal coach. 100% has tried his best to make this year for me amazing, and I appreciate everything that he does, and not a thing that he does goes unnoticed.
In addition to schoolwork, anything else going on? You were telling me before we started that you'll be taking a trip here, I think, next month.
I will be taking a trip to the National Convention, the FFA National Convention, let me rephrase that. And this coming year, I will be going in to be an Indiana FFA State Officer candidate. So I have a lot to look forward to, and a great season for golf ending, and a great season for FFA to start.
You still sure you're finding enough time to do all this stuff, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty busy, but I'll make it work. It's worth it.
Alrighty. Well, Emma, we appreciate you spending time with us. Congratulations on, of course, being the Fair Queen, and we wish you the best here in the sectional. Hopefully the team will qualify for regional. You'll get another week to play, but we certainly wish you the best, and we'll look forward to having you on when we have our senior show coming up in October.
I can't wait. Thank you so much.
All right. Emma McCormick, the lone senior on the Springs Valley girls golf team, joining us at halftime of tonight's game. We'll continue with more of our halftime activities, but first, let's pause for these words.
Need a real estate appraisal? Do you need to sell your home, farm, or business? Call Brooks Galloway Real Estate and Appraisal on College Street in French Lick, 936-7301 or Paoli at 723-7302. See the listings on the web at brooksgalloway.com.
A salute to the Blackhawks from Tony Robbins and the construction crew at TRC Construction in French Lick for concrete work, land clearing, and site work, driveways, foundations, patios, and sidewalks. Call TRC Construction 653-7007.
This is Springs Valley senior lineman Colton Reynolds, and you're listening to Blackhawks football on Q100.
Our Springs Valley halftime report continues now with Senior Spotlight, where we talk with a senior member of the Blackhawks football team and get to know him a little better. Tonight I'm chatting with Colton Reynolds, offensive and defensive lineman for the Hawks. Colton, how do you balance playing sports with your academics?
This can be hard at times, especially when you have a lot of tests and a lot of assignments due the next day, or even like with practice getting home late and trying to get everything done. But you try to get your homework done throughout school, make time to do everything, then prioritize getting everything done when you're after practice, and just make sure you have everything done right for the next day.
What is your favorite part about playing football?
My favorite part about playing football would have to be the atmosphere and going out on Friday nights underneath the lights and playing with your best friends. It's just a great feeling, and it's something you'll never get to experience again.
What's been your biggest thrill so far about playing football at Springs Valley?
My biggest thrill would have to be last year we played our sectional game against North Central. We didn't win the game, but it's definitely my favorite game we've ever played so far. We all played extremely hard. I had my best defensive game I played. And I mean, it was a wonderful game, and I played with a bunch of great seniors last year, and it was just by far my favorite memory so far at Springs Valley.
Have you made any plans yet on what you'll do after graduation?
I plan on going to college for agribusiness. I haven't really decided yet on which school I'm going to, but either probably Purdue or maybe Vincennes, so I can stay close to home.
Tell us a little bit about your family.
Well, my mom and dad have been huge supporters of me and my football career, and Caitlin and Huntington have pushed me incredibly hard, and Caitlin criticizes me on every little thing I do wrong, so I'm always looking forward to that after Friday night.
Tell us your favorite food.
Steak.
Sports team.
Miami Dolphins.
Video game.
I don't really play video games.
Class.
Probably agribusiness.
Teacher.
Mr. Kearns or Miss Rowland.
Restaurant.
33.
Hobby.
Just being outside, doing outside activities.
Car.
A pickup.
And finally, Colton, who's had the biggest influence on you?
Definitely my dad. He's been coaching me since youth league, and he's always been there for me and always helped me throughout my high school career.
Thanks, Colton. Good luck the rest of the year.
All right, thank you.
And this has been Senior Spotlight, heard at halftime of all Blackhawk football games during the 2018 season. Mike is along next to go over the first half stats as our Springs Valley halftime report continues. Reporting for Q100 Sports, this is Stevie McNew.
Score big with the region's best internet deal for the best speed. Here's some great news. When you switch to Smithville for our nationally recognised internet service, you automatically get our best speed available. We don't sell speed tiers or data caps. So if you're tired of reading the fine print on internet speed, get Smithville's rock-solid internet platform. Go online today at switchtosmithville.com and get Smithville's best speed. That's switchtosmithville.com.
Back again at Springs Valley High School. We're at halftime. The Marksmen lead the Hawks 14-0. They've done it mainly because of time of possession. 14:45 is the amount of time they've held on to the football to just 9:15 for the Hawks. The other thing has been in the turnover department, where the Hawks have the only 2 fumbles of the ball game. They've also committed 33 yards in penalties. Just 93 yards of total offense for Tell City, but when you look at their field position, that has been key. 62 of those yards on the ground, 31 through the air. The Hawks have 63 yards total offense, 33 on the ground, and 30 by passing. 4 first downs for the Hawks, 3 on the ground, 1 through the air. Tell City had 5 first downs, 4 by rush, 1 by pass. Hawks didn't do bad on third downs, 3 out of 6, but they were 0 for 2 on fourth downs, while Tell City just 1 of 5 on third downs and 2 for 3 on fourth down. So Hawks can get Tell City to third down, they ought to have some success. As we said, Tell City will get the ball to start this third quarter of play. They're in white with red numbers, red pants, white helmets. The Hawks in their home black uniforms with white numbers, black helmets with the white V. Josh Punturi getting set to kick off. A nice end-over-end boot fielded at the 15-yard line by Blake up the middle of the field, 20, 25, 30, 35. And before the Hawks can spill him, he's up to about the 38-yard line. In on the stop for Springs Valley is Dylan McClain. So again, the defense will be called upon to put a halt to this Tell City offense as the Marksmen start 1st and 10 now from their own 37-yard line.
Okay, Mike, the defense, last time we were on defense, we made a good stand, and they need to do that here, on Tell City's side of the field and get off to a good start.
2 wideouts, both to the near side. The pitch goes off to Blake, spinning off a couple of blockers, driving forward and pushing his way up to the 41-yard line. Now, Chance Boland, the sophomore, their big 305-pounder, came in from behind and pushed everybody forward, but, he grabbed the guy when he did that. That's still holding, and the officials didn't call it. Instead, they're going to give Hunt with a 5-yard pickup on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 5.
They're running out the eye now, Mike, because they've used 3 or 4 different formations.
Right. Dotson, the quarterback, hands off. This is Beckert carrying, and he is pushed back. This time the Hawks getting great penetration. What would Mark Hammond have said to his troops there at halftime to get them going here in the second half, Kevin?
Well, Mike, I don't know if there's too much strategy talking, I'd say, at halftime. I'd say probably had to do a little chewing on them and see if they could get them fired up. Valley had a heck of a fourth quarter last week, and they need to put a whole half together this second half, and I'm sure he illustrated that. And, it's homecoming, and they need to come out and play, just not only execute better, but they need to play with more fire and get the crowd going.
3rd down and 5, key play here. Dotson fumbles the snap, and Hawks think they have it, and they do! Who comes out of there with it? It is none other than, is that Camden Grandstaff? It is. So, the starting center and part-time defensive player able to fall on top of it. So the Hawks here, Kevin, get what they need, and that is the turnover, and now they will start in by far their best field position of the night in Tell City territory at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, Mike, we've been getting some good penetration and getting in their backfield, and boy, this time we got back here quickly and it forced the turnover. So
out of the pistol, Cooper hands off now to Colby Lowe, trying to get to the outside, and he is pulverized there as getting in to bring him down that time was Braden Beard. And it'll be just a gain of a yard on the play. Boy, this Tell City team has some deceptive speed.
Yeah, Mike, they're just quick to the football. They
are.
They do a good job of getting there. Their linebackers that time just read the play, and if he was the only one there, if we could have got by him, it'd have been a nice run. But they are doing a heck of a job on the defensive side.
Just a yard gain, 2nd down and 9. Land splits wide of the near side, double slot out of the pistol. Cooper takes the snap, looks to throw, has some time, pumps, fires over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of Jackson Land. There is a penalty flag in the backfield, and what do we have here? Our
looks like holding.
Officiating crew consists of Matt Lindsay, the referee, Mike Beasy is the umpire, Jason Taft, the head linesman, Zach Cardinal, the line judge, and John Kicksmiller, the back judge. And it is a hold against the Hawks. However, Tell City will decline the penalty. Interesting call here. So instead of 2nd and about 19, they're going to gamble with 3rd down and 9, and let's see if the Hawks can make them pay.
We should be able to make them pay here, Mike. Usually in this situation, you want to get them back on their side of the field, and then so we got to come up a big 3rd down play on it.
So again, Land will split to the far side. Down to 4 on the play clock. So again, Valley taking a lot of time. And did they get it off in time? Apparently so. Here's the pass off to Jackson Land, screen pass. Looking for running room. He'll try to get to the outside, but only find minimal running room there to the 38. It's only going to be about a 3-yard gain. So the Hawks are going to be looking at a 4th down and 6 now at the 38-yard line of Tell City.
This is where the penalty may have, helped the Hawks by declining that. We're still, we're going to be able to use the 4th down play. Where if they would have taken the penalty, we'd have had to punt on 4th down here.
So again, the play comes in from the sideline, and already down to 15 here on the play clock. So the Hawks taking a lot of time getting this play off again. So 4th and 6 at the Tell City 38.
We're in a hurry.
Down to 5. And they get set, and they will. Now what do we have here? A timeout called by Mark Hammond. So again, the Hawks just taking way too much time here, having to burn a timeout they may need later on down the road. When you need a break, a time to just relax and unwind, call for your appointment with one of Research Chiropractic's board-certified massage therapists. Let them help you get back into shape. But if it's not just sore muscles, you'll want to see Dr. Lolita. She has your back. For your appointment, call the Research Chiropractic Center in Paoli at 723-2277. Go Blackhawks and go to Dairy Queen of Springs Valley for the Snickerdoodle Cookie Dough. It's the September Blizzard of the month. And remember, you get $5 off DQ frozen cakes in the display case every Monday at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley.
Well, Mike, it's early in the 3rd quarter, but this may be for our offense the biggest play they've had tonight. And we need to get the 1st down, move the chains, and put one in here in this 3rd quarter. So on 4th and 6, we'll see what they come up with here.
So a key play, down 2 scores. Now they're trying to keep the drive alive with a 4th down conversion. This time the Hawks and Jordan Curtis wide out, back to throw is Cooper. Oh, and he's hit, and down he goes. Braden Beard came storming in from his defensive position, and Kevin, I'll tell you what, the Hawks are missing some key blocks here tonight, and they are going to get somebody hurt if they're not careful. I mean, Beard just came storming in untouched and nailed Cooper for a loss of 7 yards back to the 45-yard line. So not only do the Hawks not convert, they give up the football, and in good field position, as Tell City will take over 1st and 10 now at their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, there's a situation there, Mike. Your quarterback might want to get up and tell the lineman to wake up in there. He didn't have a chance there to get the football off.
So Tell City has it back again on 1st down and 10, handoff to Miller, and he drives his way off the right side. Pounds his way out to the 45, but there is a penalty flag that comes in at the end of the play. And And I think this is going to be holding here against Tell City again. It is, or I should say again, another holding call. Fortunately, this time it is on the marksman. So they will move the ball back 10 yards. And they will spot the ball at the 39-yard line. So credit Miller with a 4-yard pickup. The 10-yard penalty moves it back. So it'll be 1st and 16 now for the marksman.
A lot of mistakes by both teams on offense, and whichever team probably wakes up here in this second half has a good shot at winning the game. There's a counter.
Inside handoff, and with all sorts of running room out there goes Shane Broniker, able to turn the corner, and I think he's going to pick up the first down. Well, I'll tell you what, this Aaron Clements is an outstanding coach, and he really has this Hawk defense on their heels. Terrific run that time on a 1st and 16, and he got all but 2 of those yards back. 14-yard pickup on the play to the 47 of Springs Valley. 2nd down and a very manageable 2.
Yeah, Mike, that's the first time he ran that tonight. Ran a little reverse counter back and caught us off guard. We had one guy out there, and they did a good job kicking him out and left a good lane on their sideline.
Dodson takes the snap. Inside handoff. Nope, he's going to keep the football, and this time not find any running room. I thought he handed off to Miller, but instead kept the football. Maybe he did want to hand off to Miller, and he had already blown by him. At any rate, the Hawks snow him under. They will mark forward progress. Let's call it still the 47, so no gain on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 2. Thing is, with this Tell City offense, they're a ball-controlled team, so the Hawks aren't going to get a whole lot of more chances left here, and they have so far have not taken advantage of their opportunities.
We'll have to watch this sneak here, Mike. It's 3rd and about 2.5, and
There's only one person out here to get
Johnson, there he goes, or Dodson, and he's going to be close to the first down. Now it looks like he was able to sneak past the line to gain, and it is indeed another first down. So that quarterback sneak up the middle, very effective for Tell City. Dodson picks up 4 yards, and another first down for Tell City, and probably another 2 to 3 minutes coming off the clock here. Time that Valley will not have, being down 14 to nothing. We're already almost halfway through the third quarter.
It's got to spread out too wide to the left.
Dodson hands off Miller, and he breaks a couple tackles, still on his feet, inside the 40 to the 35, and he's going to have another first down here as he's all the way down to the 32. And this is another thing we have seen from this Valley team. Kevin, they wear down badly in the second half. They have not had good second halves in the last 3 weeks. And they gave up a 12-yarder to Miller there, and another first down as Tell City already to the Valley 31.
We're starting to work on the inside there, Mike, and our defensive front's going to have to come wide. Yeah, 22.
And off to Miller again. He works his way off the right side and picks up 4, maybe 5 yards. So right now, Tell City winning the battle on the lines, and they just keep pushing Valley back. They'll spot it at the 27, a gain of 4. Second down and 6 now, and Valley's going to have to get some better penetration.
They're working off the right, be the left side of our defense right now. They're finding the gap. Right, it looks like it's right off tackle, and they're spreading us out, but they're going to keep the ball inside, I'm pretty sure, Mike.
Yep, Sodrell and Simpson split wide to the near side. And good running room again. Dodson just straight ahead running. No secrets to what Tell City is doing, and they're out muscling the Hawks, and it's going to be a pickup of 4 on the play. It'll set up now 3rd down and 2 for Tell City. But these are all manageable first
down
lines to gain. Yeah, the Hawks are looking at 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, and they're just not converting.
They're winning the battle up front now. And then the other thing, Mike, is they're doing a good job. Either the quarterback just doing it on his own, or the play caller is. We're in a 5, and they're just seeing which side the nose guard is leaning, and he's just taking off right behind the center.
And there he goes again. And again he's got big running room. As the Hawks cannot get Aiden Dotson, the freshman, figured out. He's just following his blockers perfectly, and he rumbles for first down yardage. 8 more yards. He bites off down to the 15. And the marksmen are on the march for their 3rd touchdown, and while it wouldn't put it out of reach, it would really, really put the Hawks' backs to the wall.
They're moving Jones over top the center there. They're going to have to shoot one of the linebackers there and see if they can keep him from just getting first down after first down.
Here is Dotson, hands off to Miller, this time stacked up after a short gain. Miller's been the workhorse for them thus far. Pickup of 2 to the 13, 2nd down and 8.
Mike, he's used about 6 different backs tonight. He's really mixed it up. And, now they're going to Miller quite a bit right now.
He's the lone setback. Wideouts to either side. Johnson pitches it off now to Broniker. Works his way off the right side. Pounds his way down to about the 10-yard line. That'll leave it about a 3rd and 5 on the 3-yard pickup. Kind of very similar to what Mitchell does. Just the old 3 yards and a cloud of dust here. And when you pick up 3 and 4 yards at a time, it's easy to pick up those first downs.
Yeah, Mike, they keep getting that 3rd and 4, 3rd and 2.
Right.
Makes it tough to stop. If you, we just need the defense to stick in there.
And in motion, inside handoff to Broniker. He's got a big hole. He's off the right side. He drives forward. He's in. Another touchdown for Tell City, and they are firmly in command. It was that inside counter play again that the Hawks could not stop earlier back around midfield, and they run it again, and Shane Broniker bowls his way into the end zone, and Tell City now has a 20-0 lead with just 2:32 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And we'll see
Mike,
here what Tell City elects to do on the conversion here. It looks like they're going to go for 2. Again, Sodrell and Simpson to the near side. Man in motion. Broniker, handoff to Miller, and he's easily into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And Tell City dominating this football game. 2:32 to go, 3rd quarter on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. It's now Tell City 22, Springs Valley nothing. Back with more Blackhawks football in just a moment.
Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company personally extends an invitation to our customers, community, active service personnel, and veterans for Lunch on Us. Our Appreciation Cookout is Friday, September 21st from 11 to 1 at our Valley Banking Center. Register for a prize, receive a gift, and enjoy a scoop of Springs Valley Swirls ice cream. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. No purchase necessary, need not be present to win. A copy of the official terms and conditions are available upon request.
This is Springs Valley Senior wide receiver Jackson Land. Your power station for Blackhawk Sports is Q100 WFLQ.
Solid drive for the marksman. 10 plays, 55 yards, and they used half the quarter to do it. Now Valley will try to answer. Fumbling it at the 20-yard line is Colby Lowe, looking for running room, trying to break to the outside. Still on his feet, and finally is pulled down up at about the 35. Good second effort that time by Colby Lowe. He just refused to go down and picked up about an extra 10 or 12 yards. So the Hawks will start this drive now at their own 35-yard line, but now they need 3 scores to win this football game.
Yeah, Mike, we'll have to make a decision here what we're going to do offensively. If we're going to try to open it up where, we make the game more possessions. If you run it right here and you're only getting 3, 4, 5 yards at a time, it's really going to take a lot of time off the clock.
Man in motion is Lowe, gets it on the counter, works his way off the right side, and again, there's that initial hole at the line of scrimmage, Kevin, but man, it quickly closes. Got to be good reads by Tell City's linebackers and secondary to get in and close up quickly and keep those gains minimal here.
They're two inside linebackers. They're pretty solid. The one boy made the play there, number 68. You got a name on him, Mike? 68.
That is
maybe 58. Maybe 58.
Yeah, Kyle Hagedorn.
Yeah, he's been running some plays down.
Inside handoff to Jordan Curtis, looking for running room. And again, nothing Valley is doing is surprising this Tell City team. But remember, Aaron Clements was an assistant coach at North Central, so he's seen Valley play. The Hawks have not seen Tell City play except on film. That was only a yard gain for Jordan Curtis, and now Valley looking at a 3rd down and 6.
Well, our counters are just developing too slow. We're running sideways, and the ball's not been hid well enough to really give the defense, keep them off balance.
1:05 to go, 3rd quarter, 22-0 Tell City. Land splits wide to the far side, snap back to Cooper. Handoff now to Colby Lowe, and again, not much running room. Maybe got a couple of yards, and that is about it. Are you surprised Valley's not trying to open it up a little bit more, Kevin?
Well, a little bit. I mean, really, we've almost taken Jackson out of the game tonight overall. I mean, he's probably touched the ball 5 or 6 times, but, you know, he kind of was dominant in the Paoli game against a good defense and had a big game last week, especially in the second half. So, the matter now is 4th and 5. They've really got us on our heels now. I mean, you don't make his play, and you know, it's going to be tough.
Valley has no choice on what could be the final play of the 3rd quarter. They'll go for it on 4th and 4. Curtis in motion. Here's the screen pass to Jackson Land, trying to slip a tackle, still on his feet. And with a second effort, I think he got across the 45-yard line, which is what he needed to pick up the 1st down. It was close, but Jackson able to lunge across, and they will indeed move the chains. So a 5-yard gain on the play.
That was a heck of an individual play there. I'm telling you, he got the ball out there too quickly, but the defensive man was right there, and they had another guy coming, and Jackson was able to break, 2 or 3 tackles to get us the 1st down.
And with that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. On the Fast Eddie scoreboard, it is Tell City 22, Springs Valley nothing. Back with the 4th quarter in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
Need a real estate appraisal? Do you need to sell your home, farm, or business? Call Brooks Galloway Real Estate and Appraisal on College Street in French Lick, 936-7301 or Paoli at 723-7302. See the listings on the web at brooksgalloway.com.
This is Springs Valley senior lineman Justin Haley. Your powered station for Blackhawks sports is Q100 WFLQ.
Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities because life is a team sport. With Kevin Mills, Mike Hamilton at the Hawks Nest in French Lick, homecoming here in the Valley, and so far Tell City spoiling it. They lead 22-0 as we start the 4th quarter. Valley just picked up a key 1st down on the final play of the 3rd quarter, and now they've got it on their own 46 as they try to give the ball to Colby Lowe, trying to break to the outside, and just nothing doing. I mean, it's as though this Tell City team, Kevin, knows exactly what Valley's going to run every single play.
Well, yeah, that's a little bit of it, Mike, and the other part is they're 6 or 8 guys up here front are just dominating the football game. They got some good athletes with some good size, and like they've got Valley's offense down. So the back, there was poor blocking there. If they had somebody supposed to block number 25 out there on the corner, we didn't touch him. But they're pretty good up front, and they've taken advantage of it.
4-yard loss for Lowe. 2nd down and 14 now for the Hawks. Curtis in motion, ball snap back to Cooper, trying to follow his blockers, just bullying his way forward. Nice run by Cole out over the 45, but because of the 4-yard loss, it's still going to set up a 3rd down and long. They'll mark it at the 48, so a gain of 6 there for Cole. 3rd down and 8 now for Valley.
See Cole coming out, Mike. He's hurt his wrist, it looks like. See if it just got a stinger or see what he's got going on there.
So that means that Jackson Land will come in and play quarterback. Hawks again taking a lot of time getting up to the line of scrimmage. 2 seconds to go. Snap back to Jackson on the sweep, trying to turn the corner. Cuts it upfield. Still on his feet. He fumbles the ball, but it does go out of bounds. Fortunately, Hawks have been very turnover prone tonight, 2 of them, and they nearly coughed it up there. Fortunately, that ball lost out of bounds, and they actually may have picked up an extra yard or so, but it's still going to bring up 4th down here for the Hawks. They got 1 yard, or they got 5 yards to the 47, so it's going to set up now a 4th down and 3. That's only the 3rd carry tonight for Jackson for 11 yards.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, Mike, he just hasn't had the ball in his hands enough to really put a lot of pressure on Tell City's defense. And he'll probably get it quite a bit here now, I think, at this quarterback position.
In motion low, look out from behind. Land fires it downfield, and it's incomplete. There was contact there as the ball got there, and Valley thought there should have been a pass interference. They don't call it, and the Hawks have given it up now on downs.
I think if the ball had been a little closer to him, I think he may have called that. The ball was about 5 or 6 feet over his head. Now, he was pretty close, but we're not going to get the break.
It has really been a struggle tonight for this Springs Valley offense. They have hardly been able to move the football, and now Tell City will take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Mike, I think Valley Pale will be going at it here tomorrow night, won't they, on the field with the
Orange Bowl 2.0, the 3rd annual. Yep. Should be a lot of fun. Proceeds going to benefit the Youth Football Leagues. Concession stand, so get out and support your favorite team. Back to the wishbone formation. Pitch off now to Blake. He makes a cut, still on his feet. And the Hawks still can't bring him down. He's inside the 40, and finally the officials blow the whistle. They never did bring Dustin Hunt down as he powers his way inside the 40 and down to the 37-yard line. So Tell City continuing to simply dominate this. That was a 16-yard gain on the play. And the chains move as Tell City firmly in control of this one, and they'll just continue to eat up more time here. Very disappointing effort for the Hawks tonight, I'm sure, if you poll each and every player. On 1st and 10, Dotson takes the snap, pitches it off now to Blake, trying to get to the outside, and Colton Dickey hit him at about the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to say that Hunt stepped out of bounds at about the 36-yard line, so it's only going to be a yard gain on the play. It'll bring up now a 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, Mike, with them not throwing the football, the clock's going to go pretty quickly if we don't, hold them here really quickly on defense and try to cause a turnover again. And our kids got their hands on their hips, so they've had to play defense most of the night.
9:25 to go, 22-0 Tell City. On 2nd down and 9. And off to the second man through, and he slipped a tackle. Good job that time by Justin Haley as he got in and made the initial contact, and Blake was able to fall forward and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play, so it'll bring up now a 3rd down and 9. Just looking at some of the field position for Tell City tonight. Their own 43, the Valley 26, the Valley 39, the Valley 14, their own 45, own 37, own 45, and own 47. So they have started no worse than their own 37-yard line. Now they're at the Valley 36, 3rd down and long. Johnson dropping back to throw. He's going long, and the pass is intercepted! Jackson Land and was stride for stride with Sodwell, and he jumped up and was able to pick it off. The second turnover of the night for Tell City, and the Hawks split the drive and will take over the football now with 8:30 remaining in this football game, and the offense still trying to figure things out here. They will take over now at their own 15-yard line.
Looks like it's going to be Jackson again at quarterback. I haven't seen Cole. If he's on the sideline getting it wrapped up, or he's just out right now, I believe.
Land takes the snap, looking for running room, straight ahead running, able to pick up about 5 yards up to the 20-yard line. That'll set up now a second down and 5. Kevin, the average field position tonight for Tell City has been the Springs Valley 45-yard line.
Yeah, just too many turnovers and not being able to convert when we went on our fourth downs. You know, their defense has just dominated the football game.
Ball snapped back to Land, working his way off the right side, and again just can't penetrate through this Tell City defensive line. They have just been too solid tonight. They've made the adjustments, only a yard gain there for Jackson, so to bring up now 3rd down and 4 with 7.5 minutes remaining in this contest. Final of a 4-game homestand. Hawks go on the road for the next 3, starting next Friday night. As Kevin, they'll be in your old stomping grounds in Marengo to take on another Springs Valley alum, Jeremy Reynolds.
Yeah, Mike, the Hawks will have to come and go down Crawford and play much better, and it'll be a tough night. Crawford's got a nice defense. They've got several seniors. And
Land back to throw, flushed out of the pocket, running, looking for first down yardage. He will get it as he's out over the 25 to the 30 and up to about the 32-yard line. So again, I'm looking on the sidelines for Cole. I see him over there, and he is...
Looks like he's still got his helmet on, so he may still want to get in there.
That is the Hawks' first down, make that their second first down of the second half on that 10-yard scamper there by Jackson Land. 1st and 10, Hawks now at their own 31-yard line, but only 6:18 to go. In motion is Curtis. And the handoff to Colby Lowe, and again, Colby just not having any luck whatsoever. I mean...
They're running that counter, Mike, but Tell City's waiting on it.
They know it. Yeah. They know when it's coming. I don't know. Can you sometimes pick that up just by the other team's formation?
You can, possibly. I think more of it is their kids are coached pretty well on that left side of the defense. They're waiting. They're not flowing with any action going to the away from them, and they're just waiting there. Must not be blocking very well out there on that, for him when he comes back through there. Just not getting enough blocking either.
Loss of a yard, 2nd down and 11. Curtis in motion. Back to throw his Land. Looks, he is going long, and he's going to easily overthrow his man, and in fact, it's going to be picked off on a great diving catch made by Hunter Sodwell. He's able to reach up and snare that, and that may have been Valley's last gasp with just 5:24 on the clock here. Excellent spiral thrown by Jackson Land, but what's happening here,
just throwing out
Kevin,
desperation there, really.
Yeah, they're out-throwing their coverage.
Right.
A lot of the throws that Cole Cooper had, the receivers just weren't able to run under it.
Yeah. Well, early in the game, I think we could have got past them with some fade passes, but, when you have 5 minutes left, they know their defensive backs are staying back, and we're throwing it up for grabs, and fortunately, Jackson got up from a hit. He took a heck of a hit as soon as he threw it.
On first down, Miller, the ball carrier. Works his way off the left side up to about the 45. It'll bring up now a second down and 7. Stop by Chicago's Pizza on the Boulevard in French Lick for the Salad Bar Lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drinks for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. For carryout, 936-2962. And we thank our good friends over at Chicago's for making us another terrific Chicago's Pizza. And if you're not eating one, you're definitely missing out. 2nd and 7 now for Tell City at the 45. Now the marksmen starting to milk the play clock for about everything they can. Still 10 on the clock as Dotson, the freshman quarterback, sets the team, takes the snap, hands off to Miller, works his way off the left side, and maybe finds a couple of hard-earned yards. That is about it. Colton Reynolds in on the stop. Gain of 3 to the 48. It'll set up now a 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, Mike, we had a nice crowd here tonight. It's they're a little disappointing to not play better than what we have tonight. And Tell City brought a nice crowd also. So.
Yeah. And we congratulate Fantasy Brown, our 2018 homecoming princess. Give you the queen here in a moment. 3rd and 4 for Tell City. Down to 5 on the play clock as Dotson takes the snap, hands off, and Miller again, and I think they're going to say his knee touched short of the first down at the 49 of Valley, so they'll bring up now a 4th down and a yard. If you need a break, a time to just relax and unwind, call for your appointment with one of Research Chiropractic's board-certified massage therapists. They'll get you back into shape, but if it's not sore muscle, you'll want to see Dr. Lolita. She has your back. For your appointment, call the Research Chiropractic Center in Paoli at 723-2277.
Mike, is this the
4th and a yard?
First game that the freshman started, or Dotson?
No, second game.
Second game. I think he'll start the rest of the year.
Oh, there was movement there. Okay, they're going to call it here. Boy, that line, they fired off on time, but the center, Travis Kennedy, was late in snapping the ball, so that'll cost the marksman. Boy, they were committing penalties early on, and then all of a sudden they stopped. It's only their second penalty of the second half, but it will move the ball back now to the Valley, or to the Tell City 46, so it'll be 4th down and 6 now.
Like I said, he's really did a nice job, Dotson has, of running the offense, and he's got a little, he's got a lot of competitiveness in him. He really is a competitor. Just see how he gets underneath center. And,
now we got movement here on Valley's side. And now back to start the ball game. They called offside originally, defensive encroachment, then they changed it to false start. Now the officials are going to get together. They're going to call it here on the Hawks. Well, wouldn't you know there? Now they can't seem to get anything to go their way tonight.
Use the hard count.
The ball back to the 49 of Valley, so instead of 4th and 6, back to 4th and 1, and tell you what, if they pick up the first down here, they can pretty well run out the clock and preserve the shutout. Just when you thought that the Hawks were really getting their offense on track, scoring an increasing number of points every week, but not tonight. They really haven't been close. So on 4th down and a yard, down to 7 on the play clock. Let's see if Johnson on the quarterback keeper. He does. He's got the first down, and that should just about do it. And unless Mark Hammond elects to call timeouts here, Tell City can pretty much run out the rest of the clock and spoil homecoming here for Springs Valley. Go Blackhawks and go to Dairy Queen of Springs Valley for the Snickerdoodle cookie dough. It's the September Blizzard of the Month. And remember, you get $5 off DQ frozen cakes in the display case every Monday at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley. So the Hawks, moments away from going 0-5 on the season. And they'll try next week in Marengo to pick up their first victory of the season. A couple of more plays here. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Tell City just takes a couple of knees, and that will pretty much do it. Nope, they'll keep it going. They'll hand off to Miller. He drives forward for about a yard here to the 45. It'll bring up now a second down and 9. Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities because life is a team sport. This could very easily be the final play of this contest. Tell City coming in and dominating play. Down to 4 on the play clock as Dodson sets his team, pitches it off now to Broniker. He falls down at the 45, and the marksman will not have to run another play, no gain on the play. Chicago's Pizza. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30, Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. For carryout, 936-2962. The final seconds will run out in this one. A very disappointing effort for the Spring Valley team. A couple of early mistakes led to scores for Tell City. And then all of a sudden, Tell City's defense turned into a brick wall. The Hawks could not against it, and Tell City will get the shutout here tonight to spoil homecoming activities in the Valley. We'll be back to recap all of tonight's action in a moment. The final score here this evening. On the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard, the Tell City Marksmen 22, the Springs Valley Blackhawks 0. You're listening to Springs Valley High School Football.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
For Valley Marathon, this is Eric Elkins, manager, inviting you to try our new Cadillac coffee with 9 creamer flavors and a dozen flavor shots. It's not expensive, just $1 for a 12-ounce cup of delicious coffee. Sign up for a Jones Reward card and for gas discounts at Valley Marathon, 936-9999.
A salute to the Blackhawks from Tony Robbins and the construction crew at TRC Construction in French Lick for concrete work, land clearing, and site work, driveways, foundations, patios, and sidewalks. Call TRC Construction 653-7007.
Need a real estate appraisal? Do you need to sell your home, farm, or business? Call Brooks Galloway Real Estate and Appraisal on College Street in French Lick, 936-7301 or Paoli at 723-7302. See the listings on the web at brooksgalloway.com.
This is Springs Valley senior linebacker Justin Shipman. Hear every pass, handoff, and tackle of Blackhawks football on the sports voice of the Valley, Q100.
Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley High School Football.
Your home of IU and high school sports in the Valley. WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Mills back at the Hawks Nest in French Lick, where Springs Valley falls tonight to the visiting marksman on homecoming 22-0, the final score. And Kevin, maybe the Hawks do play better in the rain. I don't know. Yeah. But this time the opponent was not Mother Nature. It was Tell City, and they really were able to shut down this team offensively.
Yeah, Mike, I was really impressed the way Tell City came in, after coming off a tough loss to Pike Central last week, and you really, and perfect night to play. I really thought our offense would be able to open up a little bit and put some points on the board, but as it didn't take very long, but probably after the first 5 or 6 plays, you could see that their front four and their linebackers were pretty solid. They played some pretty good competition. Anytime you play Heritage Hills, and I'm sure if they got Southridge on their schedule or not, but they've got a tough schedule. I think they played Perry Central pretty strong, and they just came down tonight and defensively just dominated the football game.
Well, no question about that. But again, Kevin, what seems to be an alarming trend is that Valley seems to be their own worst enemy.
Well, the turnovers are just like you mentioned there. 3 or 4 turnovers tonight, and early in the game there were a couple just to give great field position. Where maybe if we could have made them drive the football, just being able to run it, they only threw the ball about 5 times. They hit 3 of 5 passes. So, but when you're not explosive offensively, you're not going to put a bunch of points up. You've got to protect the football, and we're just not been able to do that. And it's got us, put us in some bad situations. And tonight, I don't know what the time of possession was, but it had to be.
Yeah, 29-27 for Tell City to 18-33 for the Hawks.
And we had the ball maybe there that fourth quarter a little more when the game was out of reach. So, they got to regroup, because we thought they had made some strides the first against Paoli and even West Washington the other night, and we took a step backwards, and they're going to have to regroup to get ready for Crawford next week, and a lot of it's in practice. A lot of it's mentally, too, though. They're going to have to be mentally tougher than they were tonight. Tonight, they didn't really fight back like I felt they should have, and I'm sure the coaching staff was hoping they would. The score was 14-0, but after that, we didn't bring the battle that we needed to bring about midway through the second quarter, all the way through the second half.
When you need a break, a time to just relax and unwind, call for your appointment with one of Reeser Chiropractic's board-certified massage therapists. They'll help you get back into shape. But if it's not just sore muscles, you want to see Dr. Lolita. She has your back. For your appointment, call the Reeser Chiropractic Center in Paoli at 723-2277. Here's the way the scoring went as Tell City got on the board first. After they held Valley on downs, the Valley actually stopped Tell City with a 3-and-out, but Jordan Curtis fumbled on the punt return. Tell City recovered at the Valley 26 and needs just 5 plays to find the end zone in 2 minutes and 47 seconds as the freshman quarterback Aiden Dotson carried it in from 3 yards out, that with 3:02 to go in the opening quarter. Dustin Hunn hit Devin Blake in the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and Tell City had a quick 8-0 lead. The Hawks, again, would be their own worst enemy. They went for it on a 4th and 8 at their own 49-yard line. Cole Cooper was brought down for a 12-yard loss. That allowed Tell City to start from the Valley 39. They proceeded to go 9 plays in 5 minutes and 53 seconds, capped off by Bren Miller's 4-yard scamper with 5:09 to go in the half. And even though the run failed, it was 14-0 at that point. Hawks really never could get much offense generated throughout the contest, and then after, again, they were able to force a turnover on Tell City's first possession of the second half, but again, just 3-and-out as the offense struggled all night long. Tell City, after again Valley unsuccessful on a 4th down conversion, took over at their own 45. They needed just 10 plays to go 55 yards in 6 minutes and 8 seconds. Shane Broniker romping in from 10 yards out with 2:32 to go in the third quarter. Bren Miller then ran it in for the 2-point conversion to make it 22-0, and that would be the extent of the scoring in this contest. Tell City's defense did the rest as they were chasing Valley's backs all over the field tonight as the Hawks really struggled, less than 100 yards of total offense on the night after gaining nearly 275 yards against West Washington a week ago. Final again here on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Tell City 22, Springs Valley nothing. We'll continue with more of our post-game activities from French Lick in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
What's better than enjoying a fine meal at 33 Brick Street in French Lick? Savoring each mouth-watering bite on their outdoor patio and courtyard. Enhance your 33 Brick Street dining experience by taking in the open air during these warm months. Their patio and courtyard, featuring a fire pit, is perfect for special occasions or events, including wedding receptions, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. They can even design a special menu for your event. Make your reservations by calling 33 Brick Street at 936-3370. That's 936-3370. 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick, good food all in a legendary atmosphere.
For Valley Marathon, this is Eric Elkins, manager, inviting you to try our new Cadillac coffee with 9 creamer flavors and a dozen flavor shots. It's not expensive, just $1 for a 12-ounce cup of delicious coffee. Sign up for a Jones Reward card and for gas discounts at Valley Marathon, 936-9999.
A salute to the Blackhawks from Tony Robbins and the construction crew at TRC Construction in French Lick for concrete work, land clearing, and site work, driveways, foundations, patios, and sidewalks. Call TRC Construction 653-7007.
Need a real estate appraisal? Do you need to sell your home, farm, or business? Call Brooks Galloway Real Estate and Appraisal on College Street in French Lick, 936-7301 or Paoli at 723-7302. See the listings on the web at brooksgalloway.com.
Score big with the region's best internet deal for the best speed. Here's some great news. When you switch to Smithville for our nationally recognized internet service, you automatically get our best speed available. We don't sell speed tiers or data caps. So if you're tired of reading the fine print on internet speed, get Smithville's rock-solid internet platform. Go online today at switchtosmithville.com and get Smithville's best speed. That's switchtosmithville.com.
So Blackhawks can go to Dairy Queen of Springs Valley for the Snickerdoodle cookie dough. It's the September blizzard of the month, and remember, you get $5 off DQ frozen cakes in the display case every Monday at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley. Here at Springs Valley High School, Hawks fall tonight as Tell City knocks them off by a final count of 22-0. Joining us, head football coach Mark Hammond, and Coach, things started out fairly nice. Got a 1st and 10 at the 17, but boy, those little things, penalties, couple of mistakes, and boom, Tell City was able to capitalize.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, that's kind of where we're at right now. We can get a big play, we just can't, put it in the end zone right there. We see it set up. We're getting, Jackson one-on-one. Tell Cooper to let it fly, let Jackson run under it, and throws a good ball, but again, Jackson has to wait on a little bit, and then they're able to tackle us. Where if he walks in the end zone there, ball game's probably a little bit different. But yeah, like I said, we're just having same thing, and we talked about it up there at halftime. It's the same old. We're getting where we need to get, and then we're shooting ourselves in the foot. We're having the penalty when we don't need to. And that's becoming the difference in these ball games.
You didn't have to mail Tell City a copy of your playbook, did you? Boy, it seemed like they were smelling just about everything out tonight on a lot of occasions.
I'll be honest, their defensive front, they're not necessarily huge, big guys, but they're tall. They're long and they're athletic. And we had trouble all night with 56. And 33, and 25 coming off the edge, and there was a couple other linebackers I know shooting in there, but we didn't come out with the same intensity that we've been coming out. Our offensive line, did not block the way we've been blocking, and that was really disappointing. I thought we had something, kind of ran a little bit of a new formation at them and kind of hurt them a little bit early, but again, we wasn't able to sustain anything, and then, once again, we just too many mistakes. We caused them to punt, I believe, their first possession, and
we fumble to them. Then we get them in a 4th and, 7, 8, whatever it was, down there close, and they put the ball on the ground, and our kid doesn't go get it, and they're able to convert and go in for the score. So, things like that, even though they were early, they change the game really quick when that happens.
In their 9 possessions tonight, average field position for Tell City was the Valley 47-yard line. So when you're putting your defenses back to the wall like that, it really's got to make it tough.
Yeah, I mean, they had a game plan, and they executed it real well. I mean, we kind of knew what they would do. Their Coach Clemens there, he's from, the North Central, Farmersburg up there where we saw them last year, and he, that's their formation, that's their play, and that's what they do. They milk the clock. They want to control the ball and get, 3 or 4 yards at a time and so forth. And, it's kind of, like you said, we was kind of watching that thinking, well, this is what we've been trying to do to teams the last, 3 or 4 weeks as well. And they were doing it to us, and we, again, end up not being able to go off the field enough, So it's a tough night, I'll be honest.
Yeah, Coach, after, it's a new opponent you haven't played.
Right.
And, you start trying to watch them on film and watch them who they played. And, they probably played in a big rain game last week, I'm not sure.
Right.
But anyway, after about the first, I'd say the first 5 or 6 plays on when we had the football, you could tell that their defensive front was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
All 4 guys up front, they had some size, but they could move also. They moved well the ball. They had a couple of good inside linebackers, and they basically were able to, we'd get 3 or 4 yards once in a while, and sometimes, but they were able to run, Jackson and Colby, and they were able to run people down, and they were hitting when they got there.
Yeah.
So they were a big key in the ball game. Besides that, and besides the turnovers we had, we're turning the ball over, 3 to 4 times there, and just giving them too good a field position for a team that more than likely is not going to be able to throw much. But I have to give their freshman quarterback, Dotson. He's a competitor.
Yeah.
I mean, man, he wasn't afraid to sneak the football.
No.
And he must have been reading our nose guard and
Yeah.
just going whichever direction he thought was the best way to go there. But so he did a heck of a job for him. I don't know, Mike, how many turnovers they have?
2
turnovers, and
that
was probably a big key in the ball game. And I think you look at our Paley game and the West Washington game where we'd made some pretty big leaps offensively. I know you get a dry field tonight, great weather, and part of it was their defense and part of it was our execution.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. We get, early there, felt like we, had a look. We thought, well, let's throw it. Like I said, we got a dry night. Cole's, looked better at throwing and stuff. And again, we can't get in the end zone on it. And then every time we dropped back there, it seemed we were getting a holding penalty. And that's, again, I think their defensive line coming through a little different, a little taller, a little longer, or whatever. And that was something, Coach, Tell City, that in the schedule they play, which they've maybe not seen a great schedule to start, with. Perry Central I don't think is too bad. But then they go to Heritage Hills, Heritage Hills, that's a tough ball club every year.
Yeah, when you just play them,
that's what I said. They've seen that over the years, even though, you got a freshman and you got, maybe some of these guys, say, well, they haven't been winning or whatever, but the schedule they see year in, year out is a pretty strong schedule. And I think that kind of paid off tonight a little bit for them, realizing that, hey, this is, a new team for us. And they were able to come in and kind of control it up front, and that was the difference.
Yeah, you could see their confidence. Even their offense got more confident as the game went on. I think early, they weren't for sure themselves offensively, but he mixed their backs up. I think they had about 6 different backs carry the football. And
and that's something we saw. Like I said, that's what we tried to do. Our offense looks a little bit like theirs and stuff, but they definitely want to pound the fullback a lot more and get that inside there. But like, as we talked, I mean, they gained confidence. That's something we knew. That's why we tried to, hit that early pass and get in the end zone and thought if we could get up on them and make it a little tough, then, for them, if they looked up at the scoreboard and saw they were down, we thought that'd be real big tonight as well. And when we just, we couldn't get in the end zone there early and couldn't make that happen.
Yeah, but the kids, they're going to have to get their heads up because, I mean, I know Crawford. I think they got Mitchell beat them pretty handily tonight, but Crawford, I know I've been there the last 2 years. They've got some competitive kids.
Yes, they do.
And they've got a similar, probably not quite as good as Tell City's front four, but they're same type of kids. Kids that are 6'2", that can move.
Yeah,
and,
we've seen them on film. That's exactly what I told them right down there on the field there after the game. I told them, Coach, I said we got to stick together now. This is not the outcome we wanted tonight. We felt like we had a good shot at this one, but if you think it gets easier next week against Crawford, it's not going to get any easier. It's going to be a battle next week as well, and they're going to have to be ready for it. And we're going to have to get them ready. Mike,
Coach, I know this is a very proud group of young men.
Yeah.
Well, one of your coaching staff's biggest challenges this week is just to keep the kids' heads up.
Yeah, I mean, that's what told them out there. Said, last 2 or 3 weeks for sure. Last couple weeks, I guess I should say. They've been here and they've been playing hard. They love the effort. They thought we were getting closer. Against Paoli, West Washington, some of the better teams we're going to see on our schedule. And I said, you're not going to be hearing that this week. You're definitely not going to hear that. And so you're going to have to stick together. You're going to have to be ready to answer those questions, and you can start blaming people, or you can accept it and say, we're going to work harder and get better. So that's, of course, the challenge. And you're right, Mike. It's going to be the coaching staff to get prepared and get these guys prepared. When they come in Monday, we got a few bangs and bruises. Hopefully Cooper's going to be okay. I think he got stepped on his left hand, and I haven't had a chance to talk to Doc a whole lot yet and see exactly what's wrong. But we will. We'll take a look at that. Hopefully he'll be all right with prayers for him. And I think everybody else was okay. I know we had a couple other kind of dings, but I think everybody else came through. So that'll be big. Get everybody back healthy and ready to go.
All right, we'll look forward to it. Coach,
all
thanks
right.
for the visit, and have a good week of practice. We'll see you down in Marengo next Friday.
Yeah, and appreciate it. It's a great crowd. Homecoming. Hate to not come through with them for everybody, but we do appreciate all the support. And again, stay behind us, stay behind these kids. They deserve that. Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks, guys.
That is Mark Hammond, the head coach of the Springs Valley Blackhawks, joining us after the contest tonight. Tell City a winner tonight over the Hawks by a score of 22-0. Let's peruse through some of the final numbers, as Valley didn't do it bad in terms of defensively. They held Tell City to just 157 yards of total offense, 126 of those on the ground in 31 carries, and I'm going to assume here that Bren Miller was pretty much the leading ground gainer. He was 11 carries. Well, he didn't have as many yards as I thought here. I guess you hit the nail on the head, Kevin. You've got, 5 different backs, and they were all right. None of them had more than, 38 yards of rushing here.
Yeah.
So he mixed it up pretty well.
Like I said, they didn't break any long runs, Mike, and it was just that 3, 4, 5 yards, and on first down they were getting that 4 to 5 yards, which their offense kept where they could sneak the ball to get a first down, and they weren't having to take many chances, and it was a big key.
And credit their freshman quarterback Aiden Dobson. He actually led them. Well, he had more rushes than anybody, 13, but boy, how many of those were that just little quarterback sneak right up the middle? He just follow his center and guards and just bowl his way and usually pick up 4, 5, 6 yards.
Well, we're going to get to see him the next 3 years after this.
Yeah.
He's going to be a heck of a player. Like I said, I like the way he competed, and he knew what he was doing. He would stick his nose in there, and he made good decisions. There's a few times the ball looked like it was going to be fumbled. Instead of him trying to make the handoff, he'd just go ahead and keep it and, just take maybe a couple yard loss and go on.
In the passing department, Dodson 3 out of 5 for 31 yards, and he was intercepted once. That was Jackson Lamb that picked him off, but that was deep in Valley territory. So again, Hawks weren't able to take advantage of field position there. So, as we said, 157 yards of total offense for the marksmen, 13 first downs, 12 on the ground, 1 through the air. Not a bad third down conversion rate, 36% on 4 out of 11, but they were very successful on their fourth downs, where they were 3 out of 4. And as we told you, the time of possession decidedly in their favor, nearly 30 minutes to just 18 for the Hawks tonight. They did end up with 2 turnovers that did not hurt them, 1 fumble and the 1 interception. They were penalized a total of 4 times tonight for 34 yards, 1 punt tonight for Keaton Lloyd. That was just 39 yards in the contest. For Valley, under 100 yards, and again, their total offense had been increasing week by week, so had their points, but boy, not tonight. 25 carries for 55 yards, so they barely averaged 2 yards a rush tonight against this big defensive line.
Yeah, their defensive line kind of reminded me of Eastern Greens. You know, had some mature kids up there that had played some football, and I think you know, their coach is leaning on them, and they came through tonight. You know, they were able to control the game enough where, you know, they just on our first downs. If you looked at our first downs, they were not good tonight. I'd say we averaged maybe a yard or 2 on first down, and put you in situations where you have to make calls to try to run counters, and you know, we never were getting that 5, 6, 7 yards at a time, and it was just a credit to their defense. And you know, when we did run a counter, their defense was there every play, and like you mentioned, it looked like we'd sent the play over to them several times before the play had been the ball had been snapped. So you got to give just, you know, a lot of credit to you know, Tell City after coming off a tough loss to Pike Central. He must have got their attention this week in practice.
Sure. Jackson Land carried 6 times for 27 yards tonight. Colby Lowe 7 for 13. Jordan Curtis 4 carries for 10. Cole Cooper 6 yards for net minus 3 yards. He was sacked 3 times in the contest. Colton Dickey had 2 rushes for a total of 8 yards. In the passing department, Cole Cooper was 3 out of 9. Jackson Land was 0 for 1. 38 total yards, all 3 of those passes coming to Jackson. That's probably something else the Hawks need to maybe work on, is increase their receiving core, get some more guys that they can throw the ball to. I know Drake Terry caught a pass, I think, last week. Cameron Acuff, our slot man, out there as well. So if we can get some of those guys involved and kind of increase the fact that we need an offense that is a little more versatile, that should help us as the season continues to move on.
Yeah, because you know, I think we're getting ourselves in, when we're throwing the ball, it's in a 3rd and 9, 3rd and 12 situation where the defense, especially, you know, they know what's coming, and you know, when you're attacking and you're getting that 4 or 5 yards and you can keep running the ball, it's great, you know. But boy, when you're on first down, you're only getting a yard or 2. That puts a lot of pressure on us. You know, we'd look like we mentioned the Paoli West Washington game where we were getting those yards on first down, and we're having a lot of 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5 situations. You know, it's just much easier, of course, to move the football. And tonight, we never did get in what I'd call a rhythm, Mike. There was no offensively, and I think, you know, I'm sure when they go back and watch film, they're going to see the same thing there. It just it was spotty when we'd make a good play offensively, and then we'd be backed up for penalty. And then, of course, the turnovers ended up, I think a lot of those were on special teams, I believe, but we just got to eliminate those.
In addition, Jackson Land on that one pass was intercepted by Hunter Sodrell. So, again, 93 yards of total offense for the Hawks. 6 first downs tonight for Valley, 5 on the ground, 1 through the air. 4 of 10 on 3rd downs. They were 1 of 5, though, on 4th down conversions. They had 5 penalties tonight for 38 yards. But, boy, it seemed like they came at the most inopportune times. Just 1 punt tonight for Cole Cooper, that going for a total of 35 yards. But, again, the Hawk offense struggling tonight, and hopefully they can get on track next week as they begin a 3-game road trip starting at Crawford County. Final again here tonight on Homecoming. Tell City 22, the Blackhawks 0. Back with some final thoughts on tonight's contest in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
Springs Valley's mobile banking app is easy peasy. Easily review your balances, deposit checks, and even check your credit score on Springs Valley's app. With Springs Valley's mobile app, you will receive your credit report, monitoring, and alerts. Plus, you have access to loan offers and financial educational tools. At Springs Valley Bank and Trust, we make it easy peasy. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
Springs Valley's mobile banking app is easy peasy. Easily review your balances, deposit checks, and even check your credit score on Springs Valley's app. With Springs Valley's mobile app, you will receive your credit report, monitoring, and alerts. Plus, you have access to loan offers and financial educational tools. At Springs Valley Bank and Trust, we make it easy peasy. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
Stop by Chicago's Pizza on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drinks for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. For carryout, 936-2962. Back for the final time here at Springs Valley High School, where the Tell City Marksmen and the first ever meeting between these two schools come in and spoil homecoming for the Hawks, which, by the way, we want to congratulate our homecoming princess. That was Fantasy Brown. Also running was Taylon Rominger and Allison Cooper. And then we congratulate our 2018 homecoming queen, senior Lauren Orr. So congratulations to them. Mike Adil and Natalie Crowder, also the candidates. And we want to also congratulate Avery Collins, our flower girl, and our, what do you call them, the not ring bearer, the whatever, crown bearer. There you go. That's Will Carnes, the son of another outstanding former Springs Valley football player, Ryan Carnes, and then, of course, our Springs Valley volleyball coach, Aaron Carnes.
Yeah, that's so. You know, we got I don't know how many kids Ryan and Aaron have. 4. Well, there you go. Yep. There's enough for volleyball and football. So
yeah, Lee, Maddie, Kevin, and Will.
All right. Well, maybe football, maybe.
All right. I'm glad I came up with that. See,
that's
Aaron
pretty good.
Probably would have killed me this week if I hadn't been able to come up with them. But, well, Kevin, we are now at the mythical halfway point of the season, if you include the one tournament game. Hawks still looking for their first win of the year. Certainly not time to push the panic button by any stretch of the imagination, but I think Coach Hammond hinted at it, and probably if you talk to a lot of the players, a definite step back tonight for this Valley team.
Well, I mean, just the visual part, I think it was pretty, you know, you could see it, and, you know, it's just one of those situations where we didn't play well offensively, and, you know, defensively they didn't have a bunch of yards, but we didn't really do enough on the defensive side, you know, to get the job done either. So it's just regrouping, and, you know, they've got to go to Crawford next week and put their, I think they got to buckle up everything a little tighter and come out, and they're going to have to get off to better starts. The starts just have to get better, where maybe our kids can get some momentum, and then, you know, carry it on through the ball game. We're always kind of fighting uphill battle, it seems like, and if you've got an explosive offense, that you can get by with that once in a while, but when you're struggling to get first downs and struggling to put points on the board, you just got to get off to better starts. And I think that's where Tell City kind of, you know, I think their offense tonight coming, I don't think they were for sure of themselves. They got, I think, shut out last week, or got maybe scored 1. I'm not for sure.
Yeah, 7-6.
7-6, and I think they were kind of on their heels a little bit, and we, you know, the turnovers just put us in a situation where once they got in front, they said, you know, they really were able to just pound the ball and get their 3 or 4 or 5 yards, and we just weren't able to control that. But like I said, you got to get started next, you know, week against Crawford, and you know, come away with a win. And nothing helps more than a win. You know, that'll give the kids some confidence, and but it will be a battle because you know, after coaching there for a couple years, last year we were able to put the last 4 or 5 games we were able to put several points up. We had a couple of seniors that were pretty athletic and we were able to get the ball to, but they had a lot of defensive player type kids coming back this year. And, I've looked at their scores, and although they haven't scored a whole lot, I think their defense has been playing pretty well. I know tonight they probably just got it ran right at them by Mitchell, but the Hawks will have to block them next week to put the ball in the end zone.
All right, let's hope that happens, and still looking for some brighter moments for this Springs Valley football team as the season continues to unfold. Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities because life is a team sport. Here tonight, a balanced running attack for Tell City as the Hawks give up just enough scores. They struggle offensively, just 93 yards of total offense. And in the first meeting between these two schools, Tell City knocks off the Hawks by a score of 22-0. Tell City improves to 2-3 on the year, while the Hawks drop to 0-5. Next up for Valley will be Crawford County coming up next Friday night. We'll have more on that in just a moment. As always, we're grateful to our many advertisers who have allowed us to bring this game into your home car business wherever you might be tuning in, and we're especially appreciative of the cooperation we've received from our participating schools, so we send a thank you to the administration and coaches for both Springs Valley and Tell City High Schools. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast as much as it has been our pleasure and privilege to bring it to you. Program reminders, IU football coming your way tomorrow, noon start, 11 o'clock pregame, as the Hoosiers will host the Ball State Cardinals in their final non-conference contest of the year. We'll be back to having Springs Valley volleyball on Tuesday night. The Shoals Lady Jugrocks come to town, first serve around 7 o'clock. This week's Sports Chat is the Orleans edition. That'll begin Wednesday just after 6 o'clock. And then make sure you're with us for our next broadcast of Springs Valley football. Next Friday night, Kevin and I will be down in his old stomping grounds, Marengo, as the Hawks take on the Crawford County Wolfpack. Kickoff back to 7 o'clock next week with our broadcast coverage to begin at 6:35. For our studio engineer this evening, Adam Hole, and for Kevin Mills, this is Mike Hamilton, bidding you a fine and pleasant farewell from the Hawks Nest in French Lick, where during homecoming festivities, your final score on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard, the Tell City Marksmen 22, the Springs Valley Blackhawks 0. This is Springs Valley High School football.
WFLQ, the sports voice of the Valley, thanks you for listening to tonight's presentation of Springs Valley High School football. Tonight's game's been brought to you by Smithville, now offering DSL and fast internet service to customers. Another way to serve you better. Sullivan Financial, Raymond James and Associates Investments, Highway 60 and 9th Street in Mitchell. Springs Valley Meadows, formerly Medco, Highway 145 French Lick. 33 Brick Street, good food and a legendary atmosphere in downtown French Lick. And by Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company with offices in French Lick, Jasper, and Paoli. You can best show your appreciation for this broadcast by telling and patronizing our sponsors. Tune in all season long to hear Springs Valley High School football here on your power station for sports, Q100 WFLQ French Lick.